love bugs, it's NiqueNextDoor. Welcome back to my channel. For today, I have a part 2 to a story time that I did 2 years ago. It's unfortunate that I even have to come up with a part 2, given the fact that I have gave this person another opportunity and they still failed. So yeah, please note y'all that all this just happened yesterday and I'm irritated because I'm just tired of people thinking that because I'm a respectful person and I do try to give chances and I try to allow there to be some leeway for you to be different, that you can just keep, and I'm just gonna keep sitting here calm. Like, no, because I will flip out on you. And I don't ever like being that person. I don't ever like presenting myself in that way. But you keep trying me because you know that I'm a good-hearted person, but you're forgetting how I get when I'm upset. So yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there. Another thing, no, I'm not like, I don't care about drama. I'm not the kind of person who's in drama. This is the only person who has ever entered my life and who has ever caused any kind of drama, because I don't play like that. I don't deal with messy people or nothing like that, but I can be petty when it comes down to you trying to keep trying me on social media. And then when I give you that in person or over the phone in our direct messages, you don't want that and you play victim. So we're gonna call everything what it is. I'm not gonna hold back. I'm tired of sparing this person. I've already uploaded part 1. If you didn't see that yet, watch that first before you watch this, because everything is in a timeline sequence and it'll all make sense. So watch that first before you click on this video. And yeah, I also just want to preface that from part 1, when I had made it back in December of 2024, of course they watched it because they watch everything that I do. And they said that what I said as far as like describing them made them look like a bad person, or I painted them to be like a bad person. It's like, no girl, that's every single thing that you did. Every single thing that you did. And then they said that, well, she said that the video made her blood boil, like part 1. Babe, I hope this one sends you to hell. I hope this one sends you to the pits of hell. Like, I'm hoping that this one gets you so hot that you want to crawl up in a hole and just be non-existent anymore, because I'm tired of you. And it's going to get to a point where there's not going to be no more talking. Like, and you already know what's up. Like, there's not going to be no more talking. So yes, because given the fact that with part 1, they said that I was painting them to be somebody that they're not. Part 1 didn't have any screenshots because at that time I had blocked them, so all the messages deleted, like the chat deleted, but I didn't block them right now because everything just happened yesterday. So I'm gonna put all the screenshots and the receipts in the video, so that way y'all see, like, I'm not painting this person to be a bad person. Like, this is literally all the weird shit that they do, and this is everything that you do. Everybody's gonna know you for the weirdo that you are. Like, and I don't care if I sound petty for taking the old video out of my archives and reposting it. Yes, I'm gonna repost it. Once you keep doing the same thing that you said you wasn't gonna do, and that you stopped doing that, I'm gonna do what I said that I wasn't gonna do, which yes, I deleted the video, but I'm gonna put it back up because you keep, you know, saying that you're not gonna do this, but you keep doing it. So I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna match your energy. So yeah. But of course, y'all, make sure y'all follow my socials. Make sure you guys subscribe, leave a like, and yeah, let's get into it. I have everything written down. And I also, like I said, I'm going to put the screenshots in so you guys know I'm not lying. Like, I don't ever lie. That's not how I give it up. So yeah, let's get into it. So after I had uploaded part 1, 6 or 7 months had went by. Me and this person did not talk. And I forgot the name that I gave them in that video, in part 1's video. So y'all know who I'm talking about. Like, come on, it's evident. Anyway, 6 or 7 months had gone by since I had last talked to that person. That whole time, we were not speaking. I had them blocked. Like, they had no access to me at all. She was still telling her mom that we were friends. Like, her mom would ask about me, like, oh, what happened to so-and-so? Like, and she'd be like, oh, she's fine. Because she knew that she wronged me, but she couldn't admit to it. So she was still lying, telling people that we was cool when we, girl. You know, like, that's obsessed behavior. Like, you're still saying that we was cool when we weren't cool at all. Like, I threatened to beat you up. That was my 3rd time. By that point, after part 1, that was my 3rd point of threatening to beat her up. So we definitely wasn't cool. But anyway, I digress. Let me, you know, continue on with the story. So when we began talking again for the first time in like 6 or 7 months, Milan, please. She's gonna start barking and I'm recording my video. Hold on. Sorry, y'all. I have my dog with me. She's doing too much. But anyway, so during that conversation, this was 6 or 7 months after. It was June something, 2025. This was right after my 19th birthday. So we conversed, and this is when they told me that the part 1 of the story time made their blood boil. This is when they had said that. But I initiated the conversation, and I told them, I know you lied about being in college. You lie about having a job. You don't have to lie to me about your life. Like, you're lying because you know that I'm actually doing these things, and you know that you're not doing these things. And given the fact that you're a year and a half older than me, you feel incompetent. The fact that somebody a little bit younger is doing more for themselves than you. And you shouldn't be looking at it that way anyway. If we were friends, you shouldn't even be having that kind of thought process. But because you do, you would lie about having a particular kind of life. So you used to just lie. And it's like, hold on, I'm gonna get into all that in a second, because I don't want to like sidetrack or anything. I'll be talking a lot, so I'll be sidetracking. But that's pretty much what I was saying to them. I was saying, you lied about having a good relationship because you saw how me and my man are with our, like, how we treat each other. We're very healthy. You and your ex were not healthy. Like, he used to talk about you all throughout the school. Like, it was just a mess. Like, it was a mess. Like, that's not healthy, you know, and you allow that to happen, you know? So I was just asserting them, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm the kind of person where, no, I don't like drama, but I am going to tell you about yourself. Like, I don't hold back. I'm a very honest person. I'm assertive. I am confrontational, and I am good with communication. Like, I have no problem with having a conversation about something, even if it may be uncomfortable. I have no problem doing that. So the fact that this person still continued to do what I'm about to say, like, towards the ending, it pisses me off, because you don't have to do none of that. All you have to do is just talk to me. Like, so anyway, yeah. I was explaining to them how, like, all that. During this conversation, they were saying that throughout, like, the time frame of, like, the 6 or 7 months that we didn't talk, they've changed. They're completely different from who they were 6 months before from part 1. You know, they told me that they elevated, and, you know, this girl even admitted to being envious of me. She admitted to copying me. But in part 1, she wasn't able to do that. Like, and I'm pretty sure I said this in part 1, like, that video. But I would tell her, like, you copied my Halloween costume. She'd be like, oh, no, I didn't. That was already my Halloween costume. I've been had the idea before you. Or, like, with my tattoo, she was like, oh, like, we coincidentally got the same thing. And it's like, no, girl, like, you blatantly copied me. And the thing is, when that girl would copy me, or when she does copy me, she don't ever try to make it look different. So you know that it's directly from me. Like, she'll wear the same exact outfit that I have on, take pictures in it, and then try to make it seem like she just walked out the house like this, with this being in her head first. Like, no, girl. Like, and because where we live, it's the smallest state, and we live in the inner city, the capital of our small state, so everybody knows each other. So, you know, it's hard to, like, mask it as this is your idea, you know, because everybody, like, knows who I am, or, like, I'm known for something. I'm known for, like, you know, my platform. I'm known on social media, and I'm known more or less for my fashion. So when people see that you're wearing something exactly like mine, people are like, and she would try to lie about it in part 1's video. Like, oh, I never got that from you. Ain't nobody trying to be like you. Ain't nobody trying to copy you. And it's like, yes, you were. So bringing it back to this conversation after us not talking for like 6 months, she finally admitted that. Like, oh, yes, I was envious of you. I was jealous of you because you never look at yourself negatively. You're always so positive. You're always so confident. And it's not that I wanted to be you, but I just wanted to be the way how you carry yourself. And it's like, girl, that's the same thing. Like, you're still trying to like mask it when it's the same thing. Like just a walking paradox, like hypocritical. Like, just take accountability. Like, stop trying to like halfway your accountability. Like, just say, yes, you copied me, you envy me. And even though she did, but she was still trying to like, but even though like I copied you, technically it wasn't really copying you for real, because me and you still have things in common. It's like, girl, before me and this girl even became cool, she used to dress boring and basic. Like, if I can put examples in this video, I promise y'all I would. Like, she used to never, like, compared to my fashion sense, like, I'll pop pictures of my fashion sense compared to how she was dressing before she even met me. And even now, after the fact that she got called out for copying me, she's trying to do her own thing because she knows people are going to check her for copying me. And even that, it's like, girl, like, you just don't have a sense of style, and that's okay, but stop trying to be somebody you're not, type of thing. So yeah, after that conversation, 2 months went by. We're now in August of 2025. So in August of 2025, I go to Florida. I recorded that video. She watched the video and she gave me like a review on it. Like, she was telling me about how she thought about the video. She was like, oh my god, like I love that so much, you know, I like the way you edit your videos, I like everything about how you like the way how your YouTube channel is, like your YouTube channel like fits you, like it just gives off like your aesthetic, and I want to do YouTube too. So pretty much what she was telling me was she wants to do YouTube because she saw how I look doing it and she wanted to be a part of that same feeling or whatever. And I'm not a hater. Like, even though this girl, yes, this girl has already copied me with everything and she already copied me with YouTube as well, I'm not a hater. Like, I'm a supporter. You know, so I told her, like, go for it. If you feel like it's something for you, try it out, see if you like it, you know. And, you know, you just have to be strong when it comes down to posting content. You're not going to get 6 million likes within the first day of you posting. You have to build your way up to getting, you know, people interested into your content or getting subscribers and stuff like that. So we was having like a whole conversation about that. And yeah, and then the same time around we was having like that conversation, school was starting up. So it's now like late August, early September-ish. We're having a conversation about school because I'm still in college. So I had just bought like a new laptop because my other one broke. So I was telling her like, oh yeah, I'm about to go buy my new laptop. This one's touchscreen and stuff like that. And she was conveying to me that she was enrolled too. Like, she literally told me like, oh yeah, I just started school this week too. Like, she wasn't even like insinuating, like she was deliberately saying like, yes, I'm a college student too. Mind you, after the 7-month break that we had, I already caught her out for lying about being in college because she said she was going to SNHU, Southern New Hampshire University, which I already knew she wasn't, because like during part 1 of us like having our like quote unquote friendship, how do you have time to do schoolwork when every single hour of the day you're texting me? Even when I'm at work, like I'll put my phone down for like 5 or 6 hours and it's in my locker at work, and she's blowing on my phone the whole time, and then I only get to check my phone on my lunch break. So that's when I see all her messages. But she's saying that she's in school and work too. How do you have the time? If you get what I'm saying? Like, it don't make no sense. So yeah, like I don't know. She was saying that she was in school, whatever. For the second time around of her making this lie after I called her out for it when we had initially started texting again. Yeah. So she was like, oh yeah, I'm doing schoolwork, it's so stressful and stuff like that. She's telling me how much stressful school can be and what her agenda is and what's her tactics to like battling online school and stuff, and you know, getting it turned in right away. And we're like, it seems like we're relating to the topic of school, which is what this girl would always do since the time me and her even started making a friendship, since part 1 of the video. Like I always said that since part 1, that she would like try to be like overly relatable, even though she wasn't doing none of the stuff that I was doing. She was just trying to like be relatable to me. 1, to make it seem like she was really doing better for herself when she really wasn't. 2, because she just wanted to have a conversation with me, but she just didn't have nothing. We didn't have nothing to talk about. Like, because if she was honest about what she was really doing, there's nothing for us to talk about. Like, we don't relate to nothing. She's not in school, she don't got a job, like, so there's nothing for us to relate to. Spiritually, we're not the same. Mentally, we're not the same. We don't hold each other and with the same kind of morals or ideology, so we're not the same. So that's why she had to lie about certain things. There's a lot of reasons why she had to lie about a lot of things. You get what I'm saying. Let me stay on topic. Yes, and I'll put the screenshots in the video because I don't remember like the exact conversations verbatim, but I do remember like we was talking about school and how, you know, she had already started and, you know, she was trying to turn in an assignment, but she couldn't turn it in at that moment, and she was like stressing and stuff like that. Then around like, it was reaching the end of the first week of school from 2025, September 2025, and her mom had randomly texted me, and her mom asked me like, do you have like any like recommendations or advice of like how to get her started into school, because she hasn't started. And it was like more of like what her mom was saying, but I will put the screenshots in. But her mom was pretty much saying like, I feel like she's not, like, I feel like she's telling me she's gonna do college, but she's not really doing it. I feel like she's only saying that as like false hope, just so that way like I don't lose faith in her. But I feel like she don't really want to be in college, but she's like lying about it. Even her mom knew that she'd be lying about wanting to do college. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't want to spill this girl's tea, because the girl was just lying to me about doing schoolwork that very same day. But I didn't call her out to her mom because that's not my place to. So I told her mom, like, if anything, you can go to like the Bruce's office or kind of contact her fast food, like for her financial aid or her guidance counselor or something like that, and try to get her enrolled. There are programs and stuff. That's pretty much what I was telling her mom. Then I text her a few days later, because she's still alluding to the idea that she's a student. And a few days after, like, she's still like lying about being in school, I finally tell her, like, your mom reached out to me and like told me that you're not a student, you know. And I showed her the messages because I don't want her to think that her mom was like bashing her or anything like that, and I don't want her to think I'm lying, like, to be messy, because I'm not a messy person. But it's like, why do you feel like you have to lie to me? You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to lie to me. I don't give a damn about what you're doing in your life. You know what I'm saying? So then she tries to backtrack, and like she tries to go back on her word, and she's like, oh yeah, I should have like clarified. What I meant was, I'm currently not a student, but I used to be a student. Something happened with my FAFSA. I'll put the screenshots that way you guys can read it exactly. I'm just giving you guys like a rundown of what happened. But yeah, and I sent her a voice message. In my head, I'm thinking I didn't mention anything to her because I didn't know if you wanted her to like know anything or not, so I didn't mention anything to her. But I was thinking, like, wait, we just talked yesterday, and you know, I was asking her like, how is she, like, girl, how are you doing this? Like, the assignments are just, it's a lot, like, between work and school and then like running errands, like, it's a lot. And then, you know, you told me your tactics of handling school, and you know, you was telling me that, you know, you try to make sure that you stay on track for college and, you know, in high school. That was something that helped you a lot. Just staying on track, never falling behind, you know, having an agenda. And then, you know, even when I started my classes on the 2nd, you told me you started yours too. So that's why I was like, wait, I thought she already started. Like, that's why I was confused. So I'm like, what's, like, whoa, hold on. And I'm like, no, because what you had said was, like, you're an active student right now. Like, you was telling me that you was doing schoolwork and that you was stressed about your assignments and stuff, and you had already started school this week. That's what you was telling me. So you're trying to like switch up what you was saying, because now you know that I know the truth for real, because your mom had already, you know, confirmed that you're actually not a student. And this is my 2nd time like addressing to this girl that I know you're not a student. You know what I'm saying? And it's secondhand embarrassment. It's really embarrassing, you know. So whatever. After that, I just kind of like left it alone, because it's like, girl, like, you don't have to lie to me about that, especially when I didn't ask. Like, you're still trying to prove a point to me that you are somebody, and it's like, I told you already that I'm not gonna judge you. Like, just be who you are. Like, and I would respect the girl much more if she just remained true to herself and just be herself and stop trying to be what other people are doing, you know. Like, I don't know, maybe that's just me. So yes, like I mentioned, she had told me that she got the idea of doing YouTube from me, and you know, I inspired her and I motivated her to like start doing YouTube. So at the time I didn't notice it, but when she had created her channel, this was around like late August, early September, she wrote a sub regarding me, and I'll put the screenshot in. Everything will have screenshots, so if you guys want to read everything, you can pause to read. I'm just kind of like briefly gonna go over everything. But pretty much what the sub said, like, it was a specific part: let's grow this love bug community. Now she already knows that I call you guys love bug. Like, if you go down to like the description of like every single video, like in the description box, you can see that it starts off with, hey love bugs, welcome to da da da, whatever, or like, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, whatever the case may be. So she knows that I call you guys that, and it just kind of felt like she was trying to like stunt on me with the name that like I say. That's like, okay, my social media name is NiqueNextDoor, so that's like her trying to like do like a word play with my username. Like, it was like that. Like, you can tell when people are being shady. Like, you can tell when people are trying to be funny. That's like Nicki Minaj trying to call herself the Beehive when that's Beyonce's name that she calls her fans. Like, stuff like that. Like, you can tell when people are just trying to be slick, you know. And so because I found this out, like, I just saw that yesterday. When I talk about that, you'll hear my voice change a little bit. Like, you hear some bass in my voice, because yesterday I was ready to beat the girl up, because what are you doing? Like, you said that you was gonna stop doing like subs and stuff like that, like on social media, and you, after part 1, you said you changed, you're not like that no more. After you saw that video and you said it made your blood boil, you said you wasn't gonna do that no more. So why are you still doing that, babe? But anyway, yeah, so I didn't see that at the time. So, you know, now it's like, I want to say maybe mid-September-ish, like around like September 14th, September 15th, I did my first curly hair video. And in the video, I'll put the thumbnail so you guys can see like date confirmation and stuff like that. But in the video, I finger coiled my hair and I scrunched it, and I used the diffuser to hold my curls. So the next day, she posted something on her story, on her Instagram story, and it was like a picture of her holding her hair and like this, and she was like, oh, my hair is just naturally curly. I love my naturally curly hair. If you have to finger coil your hair, is it really curly? First of all, let me stop you right there, babe. That shit is matted. Okay, it's dry. Insert the pictures. Okay, I'm gonna just let the picture speak for itself, because I'm not gonna diminish you. I'm just gonna let the picture speak for itself. That's why I'm putting receipts in the video, because you said the first one I was trying to defame your character, or whatever it was you said. Just because your hair is curly does not mean that it's healthy. My hair is healthy. My hair is thick, just like the wig that I'm wearing. Now, my hair isn't the same amount of inches. This wig is a little bit longer than my natural hair, but my hair is thick. That's why when I do wear my natural hair, it sits out like an afro, because it's thick. It has width to it. Yours is dry, tangled, matted, split ends, and you look like Cynthia from Rugrats. Like, stop it. Stop it. Like, why? If I was you, I wouldn't even want to argue with somebody like me, because my mouth gets reckless. So I wouldn't even try it with somebody like me. And the fact that you still were, after you know how I give it up, not just my mouth, but my hands too, that's crazy. So I saw that she put that, and I knew it was directly about me, because the day before I had published my first curly hair video. And the thing is with this girl, like, I'll post something, like, just because that's just me posting it, and instead of her like telling me how she feels about me or about whatever, she'll try to like be shady and like respond to my post on her story. This is an example of what I'm talking about. I did my curly hair video just because I wanted to promote naturally curly hair on my channel. And you know, yes, I do a lot of wigs on my channel, but I wanted to switch it up, and instead of doing wigs all the time, I want to show love and appreciation to my natural hair on my platform. And then here goes this frog looking bitch over here talking about something, and then my hair is naturally curly. Baby, look at your hair. Like, when you wear your hair in an afro, you see the lights going through it. Like, let's be for real, girl. Like, you're starting to piss me off again. I need to calm down, because I'm just telling a story. But I can take it there. Like, I have no problem embarrassing you, because you keep trying to like do that on social media, but when I ask you in our messages, it's not like that. So I don't understand. So because I'm assertive and because I'm confrontational, I hit her up and I asked her, what is this? I know you're talking about me. Well, I'm not gonna even say, is this about me? Because I already know that it is. But why did you feel comfortable? Like, what prompted you to write that? Here she goes, cop and please. No, I wasn't talking about you. I was just trying to show love to my natural curly hair. Girl, your hair is barely even curly. That shit is ugly. Please cut it off. Like, oh my gosh. Like, and I'm not even trying to like sound rude, but this girl brings the rudeness out of me with what she does, which is why when I get on these YouTube videos from part 1 to this part of the video, this part 2, I sound rude, or I sound like I'm, you know, trying to like be petty. This girl does things and she's like very condescending, and she plays victim. Like, girl, like, I was a good friend to you and you just keep doing stuff. But anyway, I digress. So after that, Halloween comes around and she knew better not to do that this year. She knew better. And I knew better, because honestly, it was kind of my fault from the first time of like when she copied my katana costume for even trusting somebody that I never even met in person in the first place. Mind you, let's do a little bit of a recap from part 1. I'm pretty sure I said this because I was explaining the background of how me and this girl met. The girl wanted to be my friend since I was 14 years old. But because I have social anxiety and I don't really like talking to people that I don't know, and I've never seen the girl in school. She was barely in school. We were never friends. We didn't start becoming friends up until my junior year. Like the end of my junior year, because her and my boyfriend and his friends, they were all classmates. They were all in the same grade. They were all a grade older than me. So when I was a junior, they were seniors. They were about to graduate and stuff. And because she knew my man and his friends, I felt a little bit comfortable, because like, okay, like she knows the people that I know. So like, I felt comfortable. It was like a mutual kind of thing. So I felt comfortable being cool with this girl. But she had graduated already. So she was already out of the school. So the friendship was over the phone. And I'll get to this part coming up soon, but we never extended the friendship outside of over the phone. And I'll explain that in this video. But yes, I digress. So anyway, Halloween came around. She didn't try that. She did her own ideas. I mean, it looked tacky as hell. The girl was just naturally tacky because she don't got no style, which is why she had to copy me to be somebody, because she ain't got no drip. She ain't got no swag. She ain't no swag princess. So yeah. But after Halloween, her birthday came up in November, and after her birthday, I was reaching out to her and I was trying to like, oh, like let's hang out, you know, it'll be fun, because mind you, Me and the girl, we were quote unquote friends for 2.5 years. Since my junior year. I'm now 20. So from the time I was 17 to 20. You tell me how many years that is. Right? Okay. On and off though, because we weren't like friends like the whole entire time. It was like on and off. Like I would cut her off because she was doing weird shit, but then like we would be cool again after like 7 months, 3 months, you know. Yeah, but anyway, all together on and off, it was like around 2.5 years. And yeah, we never hung out. Like, we've never met in person. I've never seen her at school because she was barely at school. She barely even graduated. That's a whole other conversation. But yeah, so I'm like, you know what? We've never officially met in person, so let's hang out. You know, your birthday just passed. Thanksgiving's coming up soon. Let's hang out. I always set initiatives, and this isn't the first time that I asked this girl. Since we've been quote-unquote friends for 2.5 years, I've asked her since the start of the quote-unquote friendship to hang out, and she always dodged it. So I'm going to get into specifics with this part right here, right now. Every time she would make excuses, it would always be like, oh yeah, one day we'll hang out, or one day when we get the chance to, we'll hang out. Mind you, at this point of the story, I'm a manager already. I became a manager in October. At first, during part 1, I was just a sales associate at my job. Now I'm management, so I work more hours, and especially because this was around the time of the holidays, like Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, and stuff like that. I was working more hours, so I was working 9-hour shifts to like 11-hour shifts. I was working doubles and stuff. I only had 1 day off, so I was really busy. But on that 1 day off, I'm thinking maybe me and her, we can go hang out. Like, I was still trying to include her into like my days, because you know, we conversed a lot, and based on the way how she feels about me and how positive she feels towards me, I'm thinking like, okay, like this girl says so much positive things about me, let's solidify the friendship type of thing. So during this point, like when I had asked her like after her birthday, she was like, oh, at the moment I can't right now because I'm so busy, holidays are coming up. And I did understand, because you know, it was around the holidays and Thanksgiving was coming up, I think the next week or like a week and a half from that conversation, you know. So then Thanksgiving came. Her mom invited me and my man to come over, because her mom like sees me and my man as like that couple. Like the way how we used to look at Ken and ANDR'A is how, like, not everybody in our city, because like me and my man were kind of like to ourselves, but a lot of people look at us as like the Providence version of Ken and ANDR'A. Like when you see me, you see him, and that's kind of how her mom felt about us. Like, oh, they're a couple goals type of thing. So her mom invited us to her house for Thanksgiving, and you know, I reached out to the girl first before I went to her house, because I didn't want to just show up at her house and she's like, what are you guys doing here? So I reached out to her and I told her, like, just so you know, like, your mom did invite me over and stuff like that. And she said that she cooked a lot and there's leftovers and stuff. We can come pick up a plate or whatever. And immediately, oh, we're so busy right now, I don't think you guys can come because, you know, we're so busy and, you know, there's a lot going on. And, you know, I'm a understanding person, so I'm like, okay, you know, it is the holidays, let me be understanding. You know, I understand, you know, they've been cooking all day, you know, it's hot in the kitchen, you know, I get it. But in reality, it was just excuses, you know, and I find that out very soon. But because as of this point, it was the holidays, I was being more understanding, because like, I get it, you know, like, you're trying to be family oriented, I understand, you know. So yeah, then after Thanksgiving had passed, I had asked her again, like, okay, so like, when are we gonna hang out? Because when I had asked you for Thanksgiving to hang, you said you couldn't hang for Thanksgiving, but you said like one of these days we could hang. So like, you told me that there's like an opportunity that we could, but just not on Thanksgiving, and I understood that. So when are we gonna hang? Another excuse. Oh, I can't, I'm so busy, I can't. My thing is, like, I've already uncovered from part 1 and this part 2, you don't have a job. And I'm not even trying to be shady when I say that, but you just don't have any responsibilities for you to be busy. And my thing is, like, I'm the oldest sibling, right? So I help my mom with my younger siblings. Both of my brothers are sickly. They have like health issues and stuff like that. They got bronchitis and asthma and stuff like that, eczema, and, you know, health issues, right? So I help my mom tend to, especially my youngest brother's needs, the 5-year-old. I work. At this point of the story, I just started management. I was only like a month into management at this point. I'm a girlfriend, and I own a dog. My dog is right behind me. I think, yeah, she's right behind me. I had to make sure she was still here. you know. I'm in college. College is already a task on its own. On top of that, I'm getting used to being a young adult, because at this point I was 19. This was last year. So I'm focusing on, you know, saving up for my own apartment, driving, building a credit score, like just young adult things that typical young adults would be focused on. She doesn't know what that's like, because unfortunately for her, she's sitting at home all day, sitting on her ass, collecting her mom's SSI check while she don't do nothing. She don't have no drive to be independent. She don't know how to be independent. And I'm not trying to be shady, but it's like, girl, I'm gonna tell you like it is. Like I told you this in our private messages, and I'm gonna say it in public too, on my public platform. Like, you know this already. We're not gonna sugarcoat nothing. I'm not gonna spare your feelings, because you didn't care to spare mine when you kept being shady towards me. So you get what you put out. Oh well. If you don't like this video, oh well. SMD. So like I said, she kept making excuses about how she was busy or whatever. But, you know, I told her, like, girl, we've never had a FaceTime call. When me and her would conversate over the phone, because our whole friendship was virtually. That consisted of us just texting long paragraphs to each other on Instagram and sending voice messages on Instagram. Or she would send me like little videos of herself talking to the camera on Instagram. Like how I'm making a video right now and I'm posting it on YouTube. This is what she would send me as like a point of view FaceTime, like a POV FaceTime call. No effort. Like, I don't want that. One thing I can't stand is low effort. I don't care who it's from, where it's from. Put in some effort. Put in effort. You got to keep me interested. If everything's just the same all the time, I'm going to get bored, because there's nothing keeping me in my place where I need to be, where you want me to be. Like, you want me to be your friend so bad. I'm here, baby. You've been plying on me since I was 14 to be friends with me. You was the same girl that used to slide up on my stuff talking about how I'm so pretty and I'm so cute and how I just have like a cute baby face, and you used to tell me I look like Petty Levels, which, rest in peace, I don't think I look like Petty Levels, but you used to always tell me how I look like Petty Levels and stuff like that, and how you like me because I remind you of her so much, and my personality is very like assertive and dominant like hers. Like, I'm like a firecracker like her and stuff like that, and I be popping off, and you like that about me since I was 14 years old. So like, now that I'm actually trying to like be friends with you, you're not trying to maintain that. And it's like, well, what was the point of you wanting to be my friend since I was 14 years old? Like, girl. We did have our first FaceTime call, and the call lasted, I would say, for maybe about like an hour and a half to 2 hours. It was a long phone call, and we did converse really well. But it's like, okay, after we FaceTime, let's hang out. Like, you're saying like you still gotta like get to know yourself. It's like, girl, I understand, but why do you still want to be my friend? I'll get into that after. Hold on. Let me just finish saying what I'm about to say, because I don't want to lose track of my my main thought. Anyway, so yes, I felt like it was just kind of like she called me just to like keep me satisfied in the moment. Like, okay, let me just call this girl so that way she don't have to keep asking me umpteen thousand times to hang out, you know, because she just wasn't trying to put in no effort, right? So then during the phone call, that was like late November. It was a little bit after Thanksgiving, probably even maybe early December. So I think like a week or 2 weeks go by, and I kind of got distant, because after the phone call, I'm expecting that we're going to keep progressing. So I'm asking like, oh, like, you know, maybe I can go to your house. We could have like a little like hangout session or something. If you feel comfortable, I can go to your house, because I know you probably might not be comfortable enough to come to my house just yet, and I want to work with you. So maybe we could sit at your house if that makes you feel more comfortable. We could sit outside. You don't have to go inside. I try to make things easy for people. I try to work with people. That's just how I am. Like, I'm always there to make the job easier. You know what I'm saying? So I'm offering like all these different solutions, and she's still giving excuses, right? So a week or two goes by. It's now December 14th. And from those 2 weeks, or like a week and a half, I just kind of like went silent a little bit. Like, I would dry text here and there, because I started to get the impression that you just don't want to put in any effort. And I'm not going to keep addressing the same thing that I've already addressed to you multiple times. I'm just going to be quiet. I'm not going to talk about it no more, because you know why I feel the way I feel. You know that I am trying to set initiatives, and it's like false hope. And I've already had other friendships that those friendships I prioritize dearly. Like, those people never did anything wrong to me, but it was just more of like, we would make plans and like it just wouldn't happen. It was like a no show, no call, no show type of thing. And it's like, you're wasting my time, and I genuinely care about personal connections, you know? So yeah, the girl was just wasting my time. Like this girl that I'm talking about in the story time, wasting my time and stuff. So I get silent. Then on December 14th, she texts me and she's like, hey Schnookums, or like, hey Munchkin, or whatever. I noticed that you've been distant from me. And I pretty much just explained to her, like, I keep asking to hang out and I feel like I'm not really getting anywhere with that, you know. And like, I understand you say you're busy, but I'm actually living a busy life. Like, and pretty much what I was saying was, I understand that you say you're busy, because we all know you're not doing shit when you're at your house. All you do is run errands, and that's not busy. Like, you just sit in the car, passenger seat all day. You're not the one that's driving. That's your mom that's driving. When your mom goes in the grocery store picking out groceries, you're not the one picking out the groceries. You're sitting in the car having conversations with me over the phone through voice messages, sending me voice messages while your mom's doing the shopping. You're not busy. Like, you're making excuses, and I don't like low effort people. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I live a busy life, so you cannot talk to me about nothing busy. Like, I know what busy is every single day of my life. You don't see me out here complaining. And the thing is, the girl will complain about a life that she's not really living. She'll be like, oh, I'm so exhausted. I had such a busy day. I'm at work and I'm doing schoolwork. You're not doing none of that. Like, and I would tell this girl this. It's not that I'm being shady for my YouTube video. Like, I would tell her this. Like, girl, like, you're not really doing these things, girly. Like, you're complaining about a false reality that you're not really living, you know. And that would just, it would feel like a smack in my face, because it's like, I'm busy all the time and I'm trying to make time for you with the one day off that I do have throughout these holidays, and you're just complaining about something that you're not actually going through because you just don't want to put in any effort to actually be friends with me, you know. So then she told me she understood what I was saying. She was like, oh, no, I'm sorry. It's not like that. Just give me some time. I'm trying to grow out of my bubble because, you know, I have anxiety and stuff like that. And I'm like, I understand you have anxiety, you know, and I will try to work with you, but I have been patient, and it's going to get to a point where it's just like, I can't be patient anymore. Right. So then 3 months go by. We're now in March. Right. And during like around this time, nothing really too major happened from like December to March. But I addressed it again for the final time in March, that this is just too much. Like, I feel like I'm begging you, and I don't need to be begging nobody that I didn't even want to be friends with from the jump. You wanted to be my friend. I didn't know who you were at all. You was begging to be my friend since I was 14. So yeah, like, what is this? So yes, in March of this year, I had told her, like, for the final time, like, I'm done addressing this. Like, you're wondering why I've been distant towards you. It's nothing personal, but I keep asking to hang out, and every time I do, I'm always met with an excuse, and it feels like false hope, because you always say, oh, one day we'll hang out, maybe one day, and it's like, why can't that day be today? It just feels like you're putting in low effort and you're making excuses for the fact that you just don't know how to maintain the friendship, you know. And I was telling her about herself. You guys could read everything that I said verbatim through the messages, through the screenshots and stuff. And another thing that I told her was that I just became friends with a coworker back around like Black Friday type of time. Like, it was actually on Black Friday that me and my coworker became friends, because we brought food to work and stuff, and she made tres leche and I like tres leche, so it was good. And since that day, me and my coworker, we've been talking and stuff. And that specific coworker, we was already hanging out after week 1 of us being friends. Like, why is it that me and you have been quote unquote friends for 2.5 years virtually, and you're not even putting in half of the effort that this person, my coworker, is already putting in? Like, we've already went shopping together. Like, she's a girly girl. Like, she's sweet, and like, you know, we're really getting to know each other, and like now we're even closer. Like, it's been months since me and this coworker has been friends. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, that's pretty much what I was saying to her. And so what she said in response was like, oh, like, I understand how you feel, and it's just that I have anxiety. And what I pretty much told her was, I understand that you have, sorry, the neighbors, I understand that you have anxiety, but I have anxiety too. And why did you wait all that time to want, you was on your knees trying to be my friend since I was 14 years old. Why did you want to be my friend all that time? Just for the minute that we are friends, you don't do anything to like maintain it. Like, what was the point? Like, you was begging to be my friend, girl. And even before we were even like cool, we had like bumped heads beforehand, because like I said in part 1, she was making like little slick jokes and stuff that I didn't find funny, and I had to put her in her place. But we weren't even friends at that time. It was just like, she was mutuals with the people that I know. And then a little bit after that, that's when me and her became cool, because I'm like, damn, like, I probably was like a little bit too like honest with her, like when I told her that like whatever, the joke that she made wasn't funny. So me and this girl, we never started off on the right foot anyway, and she just digging herself into a deeper hole. So yeah, but I was pretty much telling her, like, because I have social anxiety, you don't see me at clubs. Like, I don't go to functions. I'm not at clubs. I don't party. I don't drink with people. Like, I stay in my own bubble, and it's always me and my man. Like, it's just always us two. I don't have any other friends other than the amazing coworker that I did become friends with over the past few months. But other than that, like, during that conversation in March, I pretty much, you know, just told her, like, I'm going to distance myself, not out of, like, anger or anything like that. I'm not mad at you. I'm not upset with you, but I just thought that we could extend our friendship to something more, kind of thing. And because that isn't what's happening, I'm just going to step away, because I see that you still need to work on yourself and you're not really where you need to be based on like what you're telling me. You're saying you need more time and you need to figure out who you are and you need to break out of like your shell. So I'm just gonna step away. That's pretty much what I was telling her, right? And then now we like jump to like April. I'm not sure exactly when in April, but it was like early April, before Easter, like definitely before Easter. She's texting me again, and like she's like sliding up on my stories and stuff. And the thing is with this girl is that when I tell her like, okay, like I'm stepping away now, I don't really want to be friends, or like I just completely cut her off, she'll like try to get my attention. Like she'll try to have access to me. And I don't know if y'all know what I'm talking about, but like let's say like you break up with your like partner or whatever, or like your situationship, y'all stop talking and they want you back again, so they like purposely watch your stories, or they purposely like your posts or slide up on your post with heart eyes to like get your attention. So that way it's like, ooh, like, you know, like let me talk to them, I haven't talked to them in a minute, let me see what they're up to, kind of thing, you know. So that's kind of what this girl would do. Okay, so now that I'm going back in the messages, I realized that I have told her 3 different times, and I'm gonna show you. So this is the second time where I told her, like, I decided to go my separate ways. You guys can read it for yourself. And she says, of course, I totally understand, blah, 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 you know, enjoy your journey, whatever. Of course, thank you so much. Then a family member passed away. She's texting me, you know. Then, you know, I post something on my story. Like, she's just trying to get my access. And these are the examples of what I'm saying. Like, I'll tell her I'm keeping my distance. You know, I'm falling into my own role. I'm washing my hands, given the fact that the friendship isn't going where it should be going. And she'll still keep trying to get my attention. So I just wanted to put this in the video because I don't want her to say that I'm diminishing her character. Like, no, this is what you do. You purposely try to get my attention after I tell you I'm walking away from you. So, like, I posted, like, little TikToks and stuff. She slid up on it, heart eyes, like, yes, girl, you look so pretty. And I'm like, thank you. But I don't want you to get too comfortable, because in March, when we had our last conversation, I did tell you that I'm distancing myself. So I don't want you to feel that I owe you a conversation and you're thinking like, oh, why is she texting me? Like, why is she talking to me? Because I don't owe you a conversation anymore. We're not friends. And the thing is with this girl too, like when I wouldn't like respond to her, or like her text right away, she would get offended. Like she would get sad, she would cry, she would get depressed. And it's like, girl, we're just friends. You're not my girlfriend. Like, relax. Like, I know we enjoy each other's conversations over the phone. Like, we did enjoy having conversations. Like, we would have amazing conversations over the phone. But you have to understand, like, I'm busy in my real life, and you don't understand that because you're not busy in your life the way how you lie and say that you are. So it just takes one to know one, you know. And unfortunately, that's just not your experience, and that's okay. Just move on from that, you know. But yeah, like, she would just get really attached with me and like overly like consumed by me, you know. So that would cause her to like try to like still get my access and reach out to me. So that's pretty much what I had told her in April. I told her, like, you know, I just don't want you to think that like I'm ignoring you, when really I told you that I'm distancing myself. Like, we're not friends anymore, not because I'm mad at you, but because this friendship isn't going where I want it to go, right? So after I told her for the second time that I'm distancing myself, I don't want you to get the wrong idea. I don't want you to get too like chatty with me, you know, because in March I told you I'm washing my hands. Her response pretty much was like, oh, my bad, like I misinterpreted. I thought you meant like you just needed a little mini break and then we could start talking again. And I'm like, girl, I need my space for good. Like, just because. And the thing is, like, I kind of did put this on myself too, because I would stop being friends with a girl and then we would start talking again because I gave her access. And when you show people that they have access to you, they're going to keep expecting that kind of thing. You know, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but just in general. Like, if, let's say you're in a relationship and your partner cheats on you, you take them back. Now they're going to always expect you to take them back after they cheat on you because you have allowed them to treat you that way. So, you know, yeah, so she was like, oh, my bad, I misunderstood. I thought you meant like you just needed like a 2-day break or something, or like a week break, and then you'll be like talking to me again. It's like, no, like that's not what I said. Was I'm washing my hands completely. Like, we're not getting anywhere. I'm wasting my time, my precious time that I barely even have, because I'm contributing to so much things in my young adult life. You know, mind you, this girl also doesn't have much friends, barely at all. I'm just gonna say at all. She doesn't have any friends at all. And I said this in my part 1 video. For the most part, throughout the 2.5 years of me knowing her, she only really conversed with me. She only ever felt comfortable texting me in the first place. And in one of our text messages, she did tell me that she's much more closer to me than any other friend that she's ever had. Even her best friend that she has had for like years. You know, and I told her, like, you can't view me in that way because you don't know me. We've never met. You know, you only know a version of me that I present to you, that I want you to see of me. And it's a good thing that I'm genuinely who I say I am, because unfortunately, like her, she says she's all these things, but she's not living up to what she says. And I don't do that. I'm authentically me through the phone, in person, whatever. My energy, my aura speaks for itself, you know? So, yeah. And then 2 weeks after the April conversation where I told her, like, no, girl, you misinterpreted. Like, I'm officially done. 2 weeks after that, randomly at 6 o'clock in the morning, she sends me like 9-paragraph essays, just pretty much like, I felt that it was glazing me, and I'll explain why. Hold on. Okay, so the dates are in the video for a reason, and I'm purposely putting all of this as evidence because I don't want this girl saying that I'm diminishing her character. 2 weeks after I told her like 3 different times that I'm officially washing my hands, she texted me April 21st. Mad messages. You guys can pause to read. I'll try to slowly scroll, but it's a lot. Pretty much what she is doing is she's serenading me, like giving me appreciation, telling me how amazing I am, saying thank you this, thank you that, thank you this, thank you that. Like, there's so many times that this girl is saying thank you to me. And I did tell her, like, I appreciate that you hold me to such a high standard, but you also have to, like, understand that we don't revolve around each other, you know. And the girl becomes very consumed with me. Like, this is unhealthy, and it's no longer a friendship anymore. You're seeing me as something more. Now, I don't know if the girl may have like feelings for me, or maybe she just really enjoys me so much that she wants to be me. Whatever the case is, this is unhealthy. So I'm showing you guys everything so you guys can see, because yes, she is taking accountability for her wrongdoings, but I feel like she's only really taking accountability so that way I can forgive her again. Because like I said, she only reaches out to me like when we're like not speaking. She only reaches out to me so that way I can give her access again. So I feel like all of this was to get my attention so that way I can forgive her. Like, oh, you know, I messed up, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it, just take me back, you don't deserve me, kind of thing, you know. And it's like, it's just unhealthy. And I told her, I appreciate that you hold me to a high standard. You know how powerful my aura is. And I left it at that. Because I'm sorry, I didn't feel like reading all of this. This is too much. This is obsessed behavior. And like, she was trying to say like, oh, I'm diminishing your character. I'm not diminishing your character from the first video when I had uploaded that back in 2024. This is exactly who you are. You are overly obsessed with me, and it's unhealthy. The reason why I feel like the 9 paragraphs was glazing me was because she was trying to heavily get my access and like get my attention after me telling her multiple times that I'm washing my hands. You know what I'm saying? And it was just, she was laying it on a bit thick when she sent me those 9-paragraph messages. So like I said, March, I think 13th or 14th of 2026, I told her, like, this, we're not getting anywhere, I'm washing my hands, right? Later, I had to remind her, like, no, girl, like, I'm officially walking away. She was like, oh, I misunderstood, I thought you meant you just need a little break. No. And now, after that conversation where I told you the second time that, like, I'm being for real, like, I'm not, like, that's when you 2 weeks later text me 9 paragraphs. And what she was saying in the messages was, I'll put the screenshots, but I'm gonna go over what she was saying. Thank you so much for showing me how much of a woman is and what it's like to be a woman, and show me how confident you should be, and thank you for this, thank you for that. It looks like this girl is writing a prayer to God, the way how she is praising me. And that is another thing that I had told her that makes me uncomfortable. When you start treating me like I'm a celebrity, if we're friends, we're supposed to be equal. You're not supposed to put yourself below me. And because this girl constantly puts herself below me, even if she doesn't realize it, it creates a situation where I'm automatically above her, because she set that up for herself. She set that up for herself the minute she started copying every single thing that I did. Because now you're waiting for me to make my next move for you to know what to do next. So she already set that up for herself. Next, she constantly praises me, and it's parasocial, because you're praising me based on what you think you know about me. You don't actually know me. You don't have substantial evidence that I'm a really good person in real life. You don't know these things. Like I said, the only reason why you can tell I am who I am is because my energy speaks for itself. But I could have been the kind of person like how she is, where I lied about everything that I am just to make myself seem like I'm better than who I really am, the way how she does. But I don't do that. You know, so you can't tell me all these things. You can't tell me I trust you more than my best friend because I know you'll never judge me and she always judges me. Or I trust you more telling you more secrets about myself because I know you pay attention more and she don't really pay attention to what I'm saying. You can't tell me these things because you don't know me. We've never made memories. Like, and you should never be like downplaying your best friend's part in your life. Like, you should never be downplaying her role. Like, when I was best friends with my ex-best friend, never, like, nobody ever was above my best friend. And even to this day, and I still do give my ex-best friend grace because she was an amazing best friend. The only reason why we're not best friends anymore is because she decided to just go her own way, and I completely understand and respect that. But even then, like, nobody ever was above my best friend. And even the friends, well, I don't have friends, but even the people that I am cool with now, they're not above that one best friend that I had. Like, that best friend bond, that's something special. So the fact that this girl was like trying to convey that she prefers my energy or my time or my attention more than her own best friend, that was crazy to me. And that just let me know, like, not only are you just a weird person for trying to like make your best friend seem like she wasn't playing a major role in your life, but you're just obsessed with me. Like, you're just obsessed with me. You're obsessed with everything I do. You admire me too much, and you're not looking at me as a person or like as a friend, as somebody equal to you. You're looking at me as like Michael Jackson or something. Like, you're like praising me, which is uncomfortable for me, you know? So then after she sent me those like 9 paragraphs, I didn't respond until 2 weeks after. Since she waited 2 weeks to text me everything that she said, I waited 2 weeks to respond. Because if you did want to say all of those things about how much you appreciate me, you would have said it during our March conversation when I have initially first told you that I don't want to be friends. Or you could have said it in our April conversation when I had to double back and tell you for the second time, I'm washing my hands. I don't know why you thought that I needed a little break. Like, I'm being for real. Like, I don't want to be friends with you, right? And yeah, it was just like, this girl has a habit of like always trying to get my access when I cut her off because she don't have no one else to talk to. So it's like, damn, if I'm not talking to Nique, who else am I going to talk to, kind of thing. So she's trying to save me in the moment while she can. Like, she's trying to get my attention while she can before it's gone. And it's like, too late, girl. It's already gone. So after April, May comes along, and this was a part where it's like, okay, like, you're starting back up the stuff that you used to do, and it's annoying. So what happened was, she ended up posting reels and stuff, and a few of her videos look similar to mine. I didn't notice it, but other people called it out because we have the same YouTubes. We live in the same city. So the main video in particular was a cookie video that she did. Mind y'all, these are the cookies that she made May 24th, 2026. And I made mine November 24th, 2025. And hers look just like mine. And this is my thumbnail for my cookies. The date is posted and all. Like, and she watched this video. So she copied me. The video that she did looked exactly like one of the videos that I did in November. And I'll put the screenshots up so you guys see what I'm talking about. I made my video in November of 2025. She made hers, like, I think in May. Like, yeah, it was like in May 2026. So, like, months later after I made my video. And multiple people texted me and they told me like, so this is proof of everything that everybody was sending to me. You guys can pause to read for yourself. And at first I'm like, I don't really know what's going on because I'm at work, mind you, when everyone was sending me this. So when I did my own investigation to see what they was talking about, I'm like, okay, I understand what they're saying now. Like, that's crazy. The reason why people assume that she's copying me is because we've already had a past history of that. And yes, she talks about she's different on her story, but it's about what you're doing in the moment. And we don't see no difference. Like, you're still copying me. What the fuck is this? Like, I know she's not on that again. Like, I don't know if you and her are friends, but like, you know, if she's doing what she was doing back in 2024, that's crazy because damn near 2 years went by and like, that's crazy. Not to mention that this girl copied the same thumbnail as me and I posted mine before her and hers was a few days after mine. Like I said, she got the idea of doing YouTube from me and she even admitted to it and I put the messages in the video. You know, so I was telling everybody like, when I get the chance, I will text her because I was at work when people were telling me about this. So I was like, when I get back home, I will reach out to her and, you know, address this because, you know, now that I look at what you guys are saying, now that I see her video compared to mine, it does look like what it is, you know? And also, the thing is with that particular cookie video, when I had posted it on my Instagram, like the thumbnail of that video, when I published it, I posted it to my Instagram. And she was like, oh my God, that looks so good. Like, yes, like you did your big one with the cookies. Like, you know, I'm happy to see that you're not just doing wig content. You're also like expanding your content into other things, right? Then another one of her videos that people have pointed out to me on the same day, because multiple people texted me and was telling me like her content looks a little bit similar to mine. So another one of the videos was I made a fruit smoothie video and I also posted like a short, like a YouTube short, and I posted a TikTok and I posted a reel on my Instagram of like the same video. And it was a fruit smoothie that I did. That same day, I believe, she uploaded a matcha video. Like it was similar, even though it wasn't the same drink, it was like the similar kind of vibe or like similar kind of aesthetic to it, right? Then I made a purse collection. I made 2 different purse collection videos. My first one was uploaded in October of 2025. My second one was uploaded, I believe, in April of 2026 or like May of 2026. I believe it was April. But I'll put the dates and stuff so you guys can see exactly when it was. I did part 1 and part 2 of a purse collection. And when I did those videos, she did tell me like, oh, like I like your purse collection video from the first one, the October one. And she was like, oh, like I would like to do something like that too. Like, you know, so then she did a phone case collection video around the same time. And, you know, to further specify, what I mean is that after I did my second purse collection video in May of 2026, around that same week, she uploaded a purse collection video. And people were saying, it's in the messages, I put in the video, but people were saying that they felt like including that video kind of felt like implications of me or that she was copying me. So that's the timeline of what I meant by around that time, because I didn't really specify what I was saying, but it was as regarding of May of 2026. 6 or 7 different people reached out to me. I'll pop all the screenshots of what everybody said. It's all different people, but I'll put everything in the video so you guys can see like this is what people said. So, you know, I told her about it. And I also sent her the screenshots because I didn't want her to think that I'm like nitpicking with her, or I don't want her to think that I'm labeling her as copying me. This is what people see. You know, it's not just me. I'm not the one that's thinking that you're copying me. This is what people observe from you. And I was telling her the thing with content creation is you have to like build your own brand and you have to build your own niche, because yes, you can make the same exact thing as other people, but you have to make it stand out and make it appear as yours. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're piggybacking off the next person and it doesn't look anything different, people already know where you got it from. And like I said, where we live, and like in our small state, in our small city, everybody knows each other. So it's hard for you to try to steal someone else's entire identity and try to run with it as if that's yours, because everybody knows each other out here. So it's impossible for you to be able to do that. Maybe on social media for people who might not know me, but in our city, people know me and it's so obvious, and she never tries to make it look different ever at all. So it comes off as like blatantly copying me, which is what people were saying, you know? And so when I had showed her what everybody was saying, and I showed her what I had said to them, which I wasn't disrespecting her or anything. I was just saying like, you know, I'll reach out to her, and, you know, yeah. So then she was like, her response was, after I sent her the screenshots of what everybody had said, this was her response. You guys can pause to read if you need to. And then towards the end, she was like, oh, I don't care what people have to say about me though. Like, I know who I am, so enjoy your day. Like, trying to be like cocky, you know? Now, I was at work when all of this was like sent to me, so I didn't see it like right then and there. But a few hours after she said this one, that's when she doubled down and she said, thank you for genuinely just bringing it to my attention. I wasn't trying to be cocky or anything like that. Just so you know, I meant that in a respectful way, right? This was everything that she said. Oh, thank you for telling me. This was the same paragraph. She was like, thank you for telling me, you know, I like the fact that you told me, because now this allows me to be aware of how, you know, it looks like I'm copying you, even though I'm not trying to, but I'm happy that you're telling me so that way I don't fall back into leading into it looking like I'm copying you. So thank you for like letting me know so that way I'm aware. Then towards the end of the paragraph, she was like, I don't care what people have to say about me though. Like, I know who I am and I know my path and I know my journey. So I don't really care about what people have to say. But anyway, enjoy your day though, with like the emoji, like the winky kiss emoji with the heart. Now, when she had put that, like I said, I was at work, so I didn't really see that part of what she said. But when I got home and when I like read like everything, like the entire paragraph, I said, girl. And then she doubled down on it. Like when I scrolled from like the next paragraph, she doubled down and she was like, oh, my bad. This was a few hours after she wrote the first one, but I didn't see it till hours later anyway. So, you know, she doubled down and she was like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to sound cocky in my previous paragraph when I said enjoy your day though, because I know that sounded like I was being cocky, but I really wasn't. It's just, what I'm saying is I don't really care about what people think of me, because she knew she was gonna get that ass beat. Like, she knew that, so that's why she was trying to like watch what she said, because she forgot who she was talking to. And like, yes, although we've never like met in person, like we've never had a friendship in person, she knows who to try that with and who not. And for that reason, she watched her mouth, because she knew better. Like, I already told her like I'd have no problem going to the house. So yeah, but whatever, I didn't clock it because like I said, she knew better. Like, the joke writes itself, so she corrected herself. I didn't even have to check her because she already checked herself. So yeah, after that, now we're in late May, early June, like right before my birthday, 2026. I noticed like every time I like make like a reel, like my own reels, because I've been posting my own reels, and a lot of it is related to like controversial friendships or like controversial relationships or like toxic households, like things like that, or like society and norms, anything controversial I have been posting about. And I noticed that instead of her like commenting on the video saying what she has to say, she'll go on her Instagram story and like reply indirectly to what I said, right? So I'll make a reel saying sometimes friends are just so like toxic, like they're toxic, like, you know, I can make a video like that. And instead of her like just being real and like just saying whatever she has to say to me, she'll go on her Instagram story and she'll be like, oh, these hoes love to talk about friends being weird, like I like just things like that. Like, she'll post subliminal quotes indirectly relating to me. Y'all already know how it is. Like, I'm sure y'all have had one of them kind of people, you know. But I didn't really care to address it because at that point we weren't friends, so it's like I don't really care, right? The times where she did sub me was when we were friends, like in that moment, like in those moments, and that's when I would get upset because we like we're maintaining a friendship and you're trying to be weird towards me. Those are the times when I would get offended and I would address her about it. But all the times when we weren't friends, like during our like little breaks and stuff like that, our like 7-month breaks or like 4-month breaks, I wouldn't address it because we're not friends, right? Then I remember after my birthday, I had posted how I reached 100 subscribers on my story, and she posted something similar. And then when I had posted mine, she slid up on it, like, because she probably felt some kind of way. I don't really know. She probably took it as me like shading her, which I wasn't. Like, I'm just being like, I'm just giving myself gratitude that I like reached 100 subscribers, and she posted the same thing. But I don't really care what that girl posts. Like, I didn't care that she posted the same thing. But she was like, oh, congratulations and stuff like that. And I was just telling her like, yes, content creation is working out really well for me. Like, as a small content creator, I'm connecting with other small content creators, especially me having like social anxiety. It's a little bit easier for me. I'm getting more opportunities and stuff like that. I already started working at a salon, which I mentioned in my birthday vlog video. But yeah, I'm just getting more opportunities doing social media, you know. And I don't know if she thought I was like trying to throw that in her face or something, but I wasn't. I'm just giving myself gratitude because I work hard for what I do. And when you work hard for what you do, it feels more appreciated rather than just copying off the next person. So yeah. But yeah, she was congratulating me and stuff like that on, you know, when I started at the salon and, you know, me reaching 100 subscribers. So now we're getting into what happened yesterday. So I get out of work and I worked the opening shift yesterday, and you know, I had my last little bit of cake because my birthday was last week. So, you know, I'm about to, you know, watch YouTube and stuff, and usually I watch like Bailey Sarian or like Ray William Johnson or something. I always put on true crime, but I'm like, you know what, these past few days this girl has been supporting me, you know, and showing me like gratitude, even if she was like trying to be shady, like fake congratulatory, whatever. Let me support her. So I go on her YouTube channel to support her, and that's when I saw the sub that she made about me from August 2025, when she told me she got the idea of doing YouTube from me. And this was after the fact that I forgave her from everything that she did in part 1 video. So that I went off on her because when she wrote the sub, we were friends. Like I said, if we're not cool anymore and you're still writing stuff about me, you're tacky and you're lame because you're still needing to write stuff about me that we're not friends. But if it happened while we're friends, I'm going to correct that. I don't care if that was 5 months ago. I don't care if that was 6 years ago. You wrote something about me while we were cool, and I didn't check you then, so I'm going to check you now, and I'm going to hold you accountable for what you did. So that's what I did. I'll insert a lot of the stuff that I said to her. But you can tell I was really frustrated because of the recent stuff that's been happening, like lately with the whole like cookie copying video and the phone collection video that she copied from like my purse collection video, and her being slick with me when she was like, oh, enjoy your day though, when I was trying to tell her that people are saying that you're still copying me, it looks like you're still copying me, and people don't see that you changed because you're still doing the same thing, you know. So yeah, I went off on her. I'll insert all of the clips. Just I was about to support your channel and stuff, and I came across something that struck me, and I absolutely knew that it was shade from you. And at this point, I'm just very tired of whatever this is, because I noticed that you throw shade at me. Even in the past, you throw shade my way, and it's just, you know, I was just about to support you. That's honestly all that it was, because I was at work all week, and last week was my birthday. But I noticed that in your description, it's like, let's grow this quote-unquote love bug community. Mind you, I started my channel first, and that's what I started calling my subscribers. I started calling them love bugs, and I have proof to prove that. Like, I don't need to hide that. But whatever this is, like whatever animosity you have or may have had towards me, it's just like, what is this? You know what I'm saying? It just still feels like competition, even though you say it's not. It just still feels like that, and it shouldn't be like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I was just about to support you, you know, and you didn't even know. Like you didn't even know I was just about to support you without your knowledge. And I turned around and I seen your description, and it's just the way you wrote it. Like, it was just very petty. And of course I'm gonna address it, because even though we're not friends, I don't owe you anything. I don't have to reach out to you and speak to you on any type of timing. But it's the fact that I was about to support you, and I was about, you know, let me just watch her content and, you know, support her, give her like, you know, and you know, promote her channel and, you know, help her grow. I was about to do all of that until I saw the description. I'm like, I know damn well, like, what is this? Like, what is this? You know what I'm saying? Because I've always been an amazing person to you. I've always been a great friend. You know, even when we weren't friends, even when we weren't talking, like I still supported you. I showed you genuine love, and I've always was the kind of friend that anybody would want to have. And I'm not really understanding why there's subs or why there's like, I'm not really understanding that. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I don't really know. And it just caught me off guard just now, because like I said, I was about to clean my room and I was about to support you without you even knowing. You know what I'm saying? I was just about to show you genuine support. And I turned around, I see in your description, it's let's grow this love bug, in all caps, let's grow this love bug community. Like I said, that's what I call my subscribers. You know, and it just feels like you're just being shady, and you don't have a reason to be shady towards me. I've never done anything to you. I never said anything bad about you. I've never came at you like disrespectfully. Every time that me and you have had a conversation, I always kept it real with you. Just me being me, I've always kept it real with you. But also us being friends at that time, I just always was honest with you about, you know, any topic that we had, whether it was good conversations, bad conversations, whatever the case may have been. I always kept it real with you. You know what I'm saying? I never, you know, stole from you. I never copied you. I never down talked you. You know, even when there was people a few weeks ago saying, oh, it seems like she's trying to copy you. Even then, I defended you, and I didn't even have to. And I was saying, no, I don't think that that's the case. I just think that right now she's a small content creator and she's trying to do her thing at the moment. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really understand what this is. You know what I'm saying? And you may not see it the way how I'm seeing it, but that's exactly what it is. Like, it's direct shade. You know what I'm saying? And I'm calling it out because I noticed it, and I was just about to like support you, but it's like what are we doing? Mind you, so when I was about to support your channel, I was about to, you know, be like, you know what, even though me and her aren't friends, let me still support her, right? I was watching on my laptop, and on a laptop the format is a little bit different, so you can see like the description like on a computer. Like, it's on the phone you can't, but through the computer you can see it. And I'm like, okay, that was definitely shade. And I'm not gonna be like, this time I'm not gonna be like, maybe it wasn't, maybe that wasn't the case. Like, it absolutely was shade, and I peeped it and I recognized it. And I'm just thinking, like, why are we still doing that? Like, I thought we were past that last year with the whole copying situation. I thought we were been past that. You know what I'm saying? You just started your channel 6 months ago. I already had my channel way back, so your description was a more recent thing. And I'm like, okay, me and her were friends at that time when you started your YouTube channel, so why are, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why is there subs? And like I said, I don't owe you anything. I don't even have to keep explaining things to you because we're not friends. But it's like, even the history that we had when I thought we were friends at that time, why is it like still subs being thrown? Mind you, this was one of my earlier videos. This was like my maybe third or fourth YouTube video that I made. This was a while ago. I started calling my subscribers love bugs, right? I'm not saying that it's an issue that you call your subscribers the same thing. What I'm saying is you were subbing me when you wrote that. Let's be honest, like we're all grown. Like you're damn near 22, I'm 20. Let's be grown, let's be real, okay? Let's not lie and act like that was a sub. And it's the way how you wrote it in emphasis. Let's grow this love bug community in quotes. Why are you being like that? Like it doesn't matter how long ago you wrote it, you had the intention to sub me. And it's like, I'm calling it what it is. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm not gonna be like, oh, maybe it wasn't that, because I have a habit of doing that. I have the habit of giving you so much grace because I still hold you to like, maybe she doesn't mean it like that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna keep doing that. I'm calling it what it was. You were subbing me when you wrote that. Otherwise, you wouldn't have put it in quotes and highlighted words. Like, you wouldn't have wrote it like that. I'm not stupid. I'm not dumb. No matter how many times you try to sit here and say, oh, I didn't mean it like that. No matter how many times you try to sugarcoat it or suppress it and make it seem like that's not what it was. I know, Andrea, that's what that was. And it just, yes, I'm still irritated about that. I don't matter how long ago you made that your channel description. Yes, I'm irritated by that because at that time when you made your channel, me and you were friends at that time. I have recently cut you off, not out of any badness or anything, not because you wronged me, but because we weren't friends. Like we weren't making a friendship. We weren't hanging out in person. That's the only reason why. And it's like, okay, if we're not gonna hang out in person, what are we friends for? Are we even friends? But when you have made your YouTube channel, we were friends at that time. So that being your YouTube channel description while we were friends at that time, that was you subbing me. I'm going to correct that. We may not be friends in this moment, but at the time, you damn right I'm gonna correct that if we were friends at the time. And I just don't appreciate that. And I'm calling it out for what it is. You can sit here and say all day that you didn't mean for it to be that, or it wasn't about me. The same things that you tell me all the time, all the other times when you were subbing me that it wasn't about me when it really was. I'm calling it what it is. And because at the time we were friends, that's the part that has me. Like I was just about to support your channel. And I was just about to, read a little comment like, yes, love, keep growing, keep doing it. I was about to support you because you support me all the time. But when I saw that, it threw me off guard because I caught it and I knew what it was. Know that this is coming from a place of irritation because at the time when you had wrote the description, we were friends. That's why I'm irritated. We were friends when you wrote that. You were absolutely throwing a sub towards me once again. Mind you, this was after me and you had already conversated about no more throwing subs, no more you throwing indirect shade towards me on social media, no more none of that, right? At this point, there's no more excuses. We're not going to keep, oh my God, Jamaris, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean it. It wasn't like that, it wasn't about you. We're grown, okay? We're grown as adults. We're not going to keep sitting here making up excuses as to, whatever it is that you do holds weight. And that's the whole thing that I've been trying to explain to you throughout us being friends, throughout our friendship. And I've always been a good friend to you. You've never had to do any of the things that you did to me. Nobody told you to copy me. Nobody told you to try to tell me what to do. Nobody told you to be envious of me. Nobody told you to be any of those things towards me. You chose to do that. And even then, I still gave you grace and I was still an amazing friend to you. I could have fought you so many times. I could have been a terrible person to you after all of those situations, but I didn't because I have a good heart and I have a good mind. And I don't think like that. I don't think to get my look back towards people just because they didn't have wrong me. And even then, I still chose to give you. I gave you enough grace to still be your friend. And what happens after that? You ended up subbing me in your YouTube description while we were friends. And at the time, I didn't know it then, but because I know it now, that's why I'm addressing it now, because I just seen it just now. But I'm not even mad in this current present of time. I'm just going based off of the fact that we were friends when you put that in your description, which was subbing me while we were friends. And you already know how I feel about that. And to me, that just sucks because like, I was literally about to support your channel. Like I was literally about to like your video and comment on your most recent video and tell you how much I'm proud of you and how, YouTube, you're doing good with YouTube. We're at a place where, we're as small creators, we're doing our big one. I was literally just about to support you. And in that moment, I see like a little glimpse of your YouTube description subbing me. And you can sit here and say all day that wasn't a reference. I know it was a reference towards me because in all of my YouTube videos, when I write my little video description, they all say love bug in it. And what did you do? You turn around and put, let's make this a real love bug community. And all caps and all quotes. Like I'm not stupid, Andrea. Like I don't know if you think I'm slow or dumb or anything, but I'm not none of that, okay? And I'm the kind of person where I'm going to call it out on the table when I see it. At the time, I didn't see it back then, so that's why I didn't speak on it. But I seen it today, and that's why I'm calling it out today. I don't care if it happened 5, 6, 7, 8 months ago. It happened at the time when me and you were friends. And I'm standing on that because we were friends at the time when you put that. You can sit here and deny it and hide and suppress. None of that matters to me. We're grown. Okay, we're not gonna sit here and keep going tit for tat back and forth. At the end of the day, I still decide to give you grace. And yes, maybe that was my fault for keep giving you the opportunity to letting you have access to me when I shouldn't have. But at the end of the day, I was being mature. And even a few weeks ago, people were literally telling me how they feel like you still copy me. And even in those situations, I was like, no, it's not even that. I corrected the situation and I told all those 6, 7, 8 people who were reaching out to me, telling me how they feel like you're a direct carbon copy of me. I was telling them she's not even doing that. She's not even on that time no more. She's not even copying me anymore because I was defending you even when I didn't have to. You see, the thing is, and a lot of people know about that situation. I work with people who went to Hope with us who still bring that up to this day while I'm at work. People come to me, Jamaris, didn't that girl copy you at the same time? No, it's not even like that. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I still try to give you grace because that is an embarrassing situation. And I felt bad about that. You know what I'm saying? And that's the reason why I kept, trying to, I cared about you throughout our friendship because it's like, damn, like this girl kind of went out sad. Like, you know what I'm saying? I started to look at it like maybe she just didn't have anybody. And I tried to be that person for you. I tried to, okay, let me just be her friend. Let me, be there for her. Let me hold her hand and walk through life with her. That's the kind of friend I was trying to be for you. And in turn, what do I get? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I'm not even mad at you. I'm just speaking from a real to real standpoint. And I want you to understand that. No matter what, I'm always going to keep it real. It doesn't matter whose feelings are. Like I said, I was literally just about to support you. Even though we may not be friends anymore, even though I may not talk to you as much anymore, I was still about to support you because that's what real people do. They support one another. Even if it's not like a spoken rule, even if it's like, oh, I'm gonna watch your channel because you watch mine. I was about to support you. Just without you even knowing, without you even having asked me. I was about to be a real person. Even though we may not be friends, I was about to support your channel. I was about to comment on your video. And I was about to share your video to local people. And when I saw the little glimpse of your YouTube description, I was like, whoa, wait a minute, hold on. What is this? You know what I'm saying? And it was a direct sub, Drea. I don't want to hear any excuses. I don't want to hear, because after 2 years of us being quote unquote friends, that's all I've heard. Even in the times where you really was subbing me, all you did do was give me excuses. Oh, that wasn't about you. No, damn well it was about me. All the times that you subbed me in the past, and we're not going to keep doing that. We are grown as hell. We're not going to keep sitting here going tit for tat. I've never done anything to you at all. There's not a time where you can say that I've ever done anything wrong to you. Never. I was always a good friend to you. I've always saw the good in you, even when nobody else did. There are people, like I said, right now, who still look at you the way how you used to be, and who still think that you're on that same type of time. And here I am, still defending you, but I don't have to. And I'm like, no, she's not like that no more. She's not doing that no more. She's not copying me no more. She's all set. She's doing good. She's, doing YouTube. I'm still supporting and defending you when I don't have to. And at the time, we were friends when you put that. So that's why I'm addressing it now, because I just seen it today, just now. I'm sitting at home, just out of work. Mind you, I'm not checking for competition. I'm not checking for none of that because I know at the end of the day, I know who I am and I know where it took for me to get here. I'm not worried about what the next person is doing. I'm not worried about none of that because I know who I am and I know that I'm grounded. So I wasn't even like, it wasn't even on the type of time of, oh, God, I was just merely trying to support you. And when I saw that, it just felt like a smack in my face. Like, why am I supporting somebody who literally has a sub of me in their YouTube captions? Like, we're gonna wake this up. I'm tired of the excuses, Andrea. I'm tired of, oh, I mean, like, you're a grown ass woman, okay? You're grown. Okay, you're grown. We're not gonna sit here and be like, oh my God, Jamara's Nique, I'm so sorry. We knew what that was, Andrea. I don't want to hear any excuses. None of that. None of that. We're gonna call it what it was. Just say, yes, when I wrote that, I was subbing you. For whatever stupid reason you was subbing me for, we're gonna say that that's what it was. Because you did. I don't want to hear any excuses. You can't back yourself out of certain things. You wrote what you wrote, you said what you said, because you felt how you felt, okay? You're almost 22. There's no reason why we should still be, oh, but no, we're not sugarcoating anything. We're not beating around the bush. You knew why you wrote what you wrote. And it was a direct indication of what I was putting in my YouTube channel. Mind you, I just put that because that's just not how I naturally call people. I just naturally call people love bug. You know, like all the time, even at work, I say bye to my coworkers, bye love bug, get home safely. There was no need for you to do that. You just did it because you wanted to be an asshole. That's really all that it was. And I'm going to call it out. I'm going to call it out. And this is what they're thinking about is the way how you put it. Let's make this a real love bug community. That's how you wrote it. It came off shady and you knew what you were doing. And even a few weeks ago, well, before my birthday, I could have clocked it, but I didn't. But you were being cocky when I was telling you about how all those people were telling me that they felt like you were copying me. I don't feel like you're copying me because I don't really give a damn what you do. I don't care. I'm not checking in for what you're doing. I'm focused on what I have going on. I'm not worried about other people's lifestyles and what other people got going on. And when I was explaining to you the reason why I reached out to you, it was because people still view you the way how you were from the past. People don't see no difference, especially when it looks like you're not doing anything differently. People still see you as that. And what did you say? You was like, oh, enjoy your day, love bug. Enjoy your day. Like, please don't be cocky with me. I didn't clock it then because I was at work and I have a real job to do where I'm at work for 8 hours, clocked into the system working. I didn't clock it then because I was at work doing my job. But right now I'm gonna stand on it because you cocky with me. I didn't clock it then because I was at work and I have a real job to do where I'm at work for 8 hours, clocked into the system working. I didn't clock it then because I was at work doing my job. But right now I'm gonna stand on it because you don't need to be cocky with me. You're nobody for you to be cocky with me. Like, we were friends at one point. Why are you with your chest big? Like, especially to me, because you know how I get down. I go to people's houses. I don't play no games. I'm real, I'm honest, and I'm respectful. But when you start acting a certain kind of way towards me, I'm gonna call it out. When you try to sit here and nitpick and pull and make it sugarcoat, I'm calling it what it is. I could have clocked you a little bit before my birthday, but I didn't. I let you slide because I know in real life I can get like that, okay? That's never been an issue for me, and you know that. And I know in real life I have real things going on. I'm not sitting at home all day not doing shit with myself. I have things going on. I have a job. I'm still enrolled in school. Not to throw it in your face, but I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I'm somebody that I'm not. Okay, I could have clocked you, but I didn't. But you know what? We're gonna bring it back. Now I am clocking you because you was trying to be cocky with the, oh, enjoy your day though. And then you realized who you were talking to. So then it was like, oh, by the way, I wasn't trying to be cocky. Yes, you were. Stand on it. Stop being scary. Stand on what you was doing. You were being cocky when you said that. Like, this is too much. You're a grown-ass woman, by the way. You're about to be 22. Come on. And the reason why I'm more upset about it is because, like I said, I was just about to support your channel. I just got out of work. Okay, I just got out of work. I just got home, just got out the shower. I was about to eat the rest of my birthday cake. I was about to support you when I don't have to. But I was still gonna do it anyway because I'm a caring person. Okay, I was still about to support your channel. When I saw that, I was like, you know what? I don't owe this girl a damn thing. I don't owe her a conversation. I don't owe her nothing. I don't owe you anything. But I still try to be a good person to you because at the end of the day, I know that at some point in your life, you didn't have good people around you. And I try to be that good person for you. My thing isn't the fact that you call your subscribers love bug. My thing is that you knew you were subbing me, and every time I address it, even in the past when you have subbed me, there's always an excuse. Even, like I said, bring it back to last week before my birthday when you was like, oh, but whatever, enjoy your day though, enjoy your day. Whatever it was that you said. And then you try to spin it and make it seem like you wasn't being cocky when you knew you was. There's no reason for it. If you're gonna say something, stand on it and call it what it is. Don't sit here and say something and then hide your hands when things hit the fan. We're not gonna do that. So yes, I'm calling it out for what it was. I'm not upset at the fact that you called your subscribers love bug. Call your subscribers whatever. I don't care. That's not my issue. My issue is you were subbing me in that moment while we were friends. That was my issue is. And even last week, like I said, I didn't address it because it wasn't important to me. But when you were trying to be cocky, I was trying to tell you the way how people view you. I don't owe you that. I don't have to tell you, oh, Drea, be careful because people might perceive you in this way. And I know you're not trying to be like that, but people are gonna look at you like that. So here's what you do. You take these steps and initiatives that way people don't. I don't have to do that to you. I didn't even have to tell you that people said anything about you. For all you know, I could have been the kind of person where I was reaching out to them and talking badly about you, but I didn't. And you have the messages where I didn't say anything bad about you. I didn't. I have no reason to hate on you. Especially somebody who spent their whole time of the friendship copying me. What do I have to hate on you for? I could have, if I wanted to be that person, I could have said something bad about you, but I didn't. So all those 7 people who reached out to me and told me what they felt that your content was like, I still uplifted you in that moment. And I still said, sometimes it's hard for content creators. Give her some grace. If you're subscribing to her, support her. She needs the support. Give her the reason as to why she continues to wake up every day wanting to post her content. That's what I was telling people. Okay? So we're not going to sit here and it doesn't matter how long ago you subbed me. If I'm finding about it now, yes, I'm going to speak on it because I just seen it just now. The thing is that I want you to understand, I'm not upset because you called your subscribers love bug. I'm not upset about that, okay? That's just a word. That's just a nickname. Same way how my love, sweetheart, cutie pie, those are nicknames. I'm not upset about that. What I'm upset about is you specifically put that as a sub, like you was trying to be indirect, and that was a direct line towards me, and you knew what you were doing, and we were friends at the time when you did that. That's what I'm upset about. I'm not upset about what you call your subscribers. That's not what I'm upset. And if you don't understand the principle, then maybe you shouldn't be doing content because you're not understanding how what you do and what you say can have an effect. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. So I'm hoping that after all this, you understand, and I don't even owe you an explanation. I don't owe you anything. I keep trying to be the person who reaches out to you, and like I said, I could have woke it up last week when you was being cocky and when you was like, oh, but enjoy your day though. I could have slapped you for that. Let's be real. I could have. Did I? No, I didn't. Because I know at the end of the day, you don't want smoke with me. I asked you in the past, you didn't want it. You cried. You sat in your room and you cried. All right? So I keep trying to be a caring person to you because I know that out of everybody, you don't have anybody in your life as real as me. And I try to be that friend. I know you have Danielle in your life, but y'all aren't close. You guys aren't even close for real. So I try to be a good friend to you. I really did. I tried and tried after 2.5 years. Mind you, you don't even know me for real. You don't know me. We've never met in person. We've never had a personal interaction. You don't know me. You know what I'm saying? You can't tell me I'm your biggest inspiration. You admire me so much. You love me so much. You don't know me. And I tried to push that. I still try, after all the copying, after all you subbing me and getting the same tattoos as me, copying my Christmas tree, copying my katana costume, copying the clothes I wear in my college campus classes. I could have just went off on you, but I didn't. I spared you and I gave you grace because I have a good heart and I try to see the good in everybody and I try to see the good in you. That's what I'm upset about. I'm not upset with the fact that you call your subscribers love bug. That's not what I'm upset about. I'm upset that you subbed me while we were friends. And now I'm bringing it up, you're hiding your hands. The same thing that you do every single time. All you do is hide your hands. Oh, I didn't sub you. Same thing with the Christmas tree. You subbed me on that Christmas story. Oh, gifts don't go underneath the tree until the 24th. And when I text you about it, when I asked you, was that about me? You said no. No, that's not about you. I mean, that's not about you, Nique. I'm not talking about you. So then who are you talking about? Just like last time, you posted, oh, Geminis, they be thinking that they're all that. They're not type of Scorpios, though. I reached out to you then. Are you subbing me? No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about somebody. You're lying. If you were talking about me, just say that. Stop throwing rocks and hiding your hands because you know I'm going to clock you. And you know I'm the kind of person where I will go to your house. I have no problem handling you at all. We all know that. So stop saying stuff that you know you'll get slapped in real life for. Because I'm not going to keep sparing. There are girls out there who would have been beat you up, Drea. If I'm being 100% clear, there are girls who would have been tossed you. But I'm giving you the chance, and because I care, and I was a good friend to you, I didn't have to be. After all the bullshit that you pulled, I could have been beat you up, but I didn't, okay? So let's be real. Stop subbing me. Stop having little indications about me, and every time I ask you, you're going to say it wasn't about me. Because we all know that it was, Drea. You don't talk to anybody else. You have any other friends. Who else were you subbing? After all the times that you subbed me, who else could you be subbing? Like, come on, let's stop. You're grown. Stop acting like you don't understand the problems that you put yourself in. So yes, I'm upset right now because I just found out about this. Like I said, I was going to support you. I was going to be a supporter to you. It doesn't matter how many times you wrong me, I'm still going to be there for you when I didn't have to be. I was still going to be that person where it's like, you know what? Let me support this girl. I don't know what she goes through at home. I don't know what she has in her life. Let me be that person where at least she can feel comfort from. That's what I was trying to do to be cordial with you, and I was gonna, you know what, let me just give her the grace, let me give her the benefit of the doubt because I know who she really is versus who she cosplays to be on Instagram. I know that all the things that she pretends to post about on Instagram is not true. I know she's not in school. I know she doesn't have a job. So let me be that person for her who can put her on and show her the right way to be. I try to be that person for you, but you know what, it's cool, it's good. We don't have to talk ever again. You can delete my Instagram, you can block me, whatever the case may be, because I'm sick of this. Why is there always tension between me and you? Why is it that you always have to compete with me? There's nothing to compete. You will never be on my level. So what is going on? Like, why do you keep trying to pick and do stuff? Like, what is wrong with you? Like, it's pissing me off because I keep giving you chance after chance and you keep going back and forth. Like, you keep throwing subs. I have cousins who follow you on Instagram. They tell me what you post. They tell me all the stuff that you post. Like, I don't get it, Andre. I don't get it. I don't understand. Like, I have family and other people that I went to help with, that me and both went to school with, who see what you post. They be seeing that you be subbing me. I don't have to watch your story. There's people who tell me what you post. And I knew it was about me. But I don't say anything because it's like, you know what, it's whatever. Like, I'm about to be 20. Well, at this point, I already am. But at the time, it's like, I'm about to be 20. I don't have time to keep entertaining drama. It's whatever. But if you got any animosity still in your heart towards me after all of that, then there's something wrong with you. Like, why do you still feel the need to try to prove that you're somebody when it comes down to me? You don't have to. Be who you are. Stop trying to put yourself on a high horse when it comes to me. Because I promise you, in this lifetime and the next, on your best day, on my worst day, there's no competing with me, Andrea. You can't. I'm living a life that you post about. So let's not go there. You post about, oh, getting money, having this, having that. You don't have a job. So what are we talking about? Let's be for real, Andrea. Let's be for real. I'm not even trying to be rude, but I'm calling you out because you constantly sub me. Even recently, you sub me. I have cousins who post or who watch your posts and they tell me about it. And it's like, why do I keep giving this girl the benefit of the doubt? And why do I keep letting this girl slide? Why do I keep giving her pass after pass after pass? And she keeps walking over me. Why? Like, no, I want to call it out. You were subbing me. Stand on that. You're grown. You're 22. Come on. You knew you were subbing me. Just stand on that. Like, I'm sick and tired of this back and forth. Like I said, there's no need for you to compete with me. Like I said in the past, there's no need for you to compete with me. There's no reason for you to want to look like me, be like me, sound like me, act like me. There's no reason for you to want to be that. Why would you want to be and look like somebody else? Why would you want to do the exact same thing somebody else is doing? Like, come on. When you started your YouTube channel, people were texting me, talking about she's only doing YouTube because she saw you doing it. And even then, I didn't feed into it. I was like, no, just let her, you know what I'm saying? She's doing her big one. I was still supporting you behind your back. I was still that person who was going to other people. No, she's not on that. You know, she's doing what she needs to do. You know, support her. I didn't have to do any of those things. I don't have to support you, but I do because I'm a caring person and I try to give you. The reason why I'm upset is because when you wrote this, we were friends, but this was right after I forgave you for the whole copying me situation. Remember, I don't forget anything, Andre. I don't forget anything. There's not something that you can tell me that, like, my mind is a dictionary. I don't forget nothing. My mind is like a login calendar. So let me remind you the date so that way you can understand why exactly I'm upset. Because even though you say you understand, I don't think you really understand. Because watch after this, you're gonna go on your Instagram and you're gonna be like, oh, you're gonna say something, right? But let me learn you something. Let me tell you why I'm upset about it. It's not just the fact that we were friends. This happened after the fact. When you wrote this after I had just forgave you for copying the tattoo that I got on my shoulder. Mind you, when I showed you that picture, it didn't have an evil eye. It had Chinese symbols. So you copied the words that I said to you over the phone through voice message, right? You copied my Christmas tree. We already know that. You copied my Halloween costume. I cut you off for 7 months from late December to June. I started talking to you again a little bit after my 19th birthday. This was last year. You made your YouTube channel last August. It was right after me and Juju came back from our trip to Florida. That's when you made your YouTube channel because you saw how much traction my Florida video was getting. Me and you had a conversation about this. You told me that you always wanted to do content, but you saw how my Florida video looked and how you like how I edited it and you wanted to do YouTube as well. So me posting my Florida vlog video, that is what prompted you to make your YouTube channel. You told me that I inspired you to create content. And the reason why you started content in the beginning, because you always wanted to do it, but you were too shy or too afraid to do it on your own. So when I did it, you got the idea to like, okay, let me do it too, right? Okay, so now we preface that. Me and you were friends. At that time, you had already told me that you quote unquote changed after the past 7 months of me and you not conversing because we didn't talk for 7 months, right? This was the same time, mind you, I don't think you realize you be lying about stuff and forgetting that you already told me the truth. This was the same time where you were still lying to me about going to SNHU. Mind you, I had already told you when I went back in June, because 2 months had already passed, but back in June, I had already told you that I knew that you were in college. I already told you this. If you go to our first message all the way up, you'll see in those first messages where I said you lied about going to SNHU. I already told you this. So 2 months later in August, you're still lying about being in college. And this is when your mom reached out to me and she told me that you didn't start college. And I even sent you the messages where your mom told me you never enrolled. And she's afraid that you're never gonna enroll because you're talking the game, but you're not doing anything. Everybody sees that about you. It's not just me who sees it, who experiences it with you. It's everybody. People who watch your story, they see that you talk, but you don't do. People see that. That's not me trying to be a butthole or trying to hurt your feelings. Everybody sees that. You talk a game that you don't live up to, right? So after that, that's when I told you, hey, friend, just to let you know, your mom told me that you're not enrolled to school, but you're telling me that you're doing assignments right now. How are you doing assignments if your mom just told me that you're not enrolled to school, right? Me and you had just got done from beefing for 7 months before. That's why I'm upset. I'm not upset about the fact that you call your YouTube subscribers love bug. I'm upset that I have forgiven you after the fact that you had copied me and you hated on me and you was envious of me because you didn't know who you were and you didn't know that you was that girl that you tried to bring me down, but you can never bring me down. Not in this lifetime, not the next. I don't care what it is. And I'm saying that right now, honey. You can never make me feel bad about myself. I don't know who made you feel like shit about yourself, but you can never make me feel like that about all of this from somebody that I don't even know. It's crazy. I don't even know you, Andrea. I don't know you. Your name's probably not even Andrea. We don't know each other. You don't know me. You don't know my name is really Jamaris. You don't even call me by my first name. You call me Nique. You don't call me by Jamaris. You don't even know my first name. You probably can't even pronounce my first name. You don't feel comfortable enough to call me by my first name. That lets you know that we don't know each other for real. So it's like, why am I tolerating so much disrespect from somebody that I don't even know? That's the crazy thing. Like, I don't get it. Like, it's childish. All this childish. And this isn't even like, yes, this happened last year, but this was from your quote unquote rebirth. When you subbed me, when you wrote your caption, this was after the fact that me and you had already spoke on this. You never had a friend that made you. So yes, I'm absolutely upset with you, and I don't think I can forgive you. I've forgiven you more than I should have, honestly. I'm over here doing God's work to make you be a better person, to help you along the way, when I don't even have to. I should be watering my own garden right now, but because I already know who I am, I don't mind putting you on. I don't mind being there for you. I don't mind helping you pick your head up, because I already know who I am. See, like, I don't really need to put in too much work for myself, because I feel accomplished. I'm exactly where I need to be. I can sit back comfortably in my own home, do my own thing, have my own job, have my second job where I do hair, still get my education, and be loved for life. I don't have to take somebody else to shine away from them to prove a point that I'm quote unquote better than somebody, or that I am somebody. I don't have to do that. I've never had to do that. Not once have I done that to any single female that I was friends with. I never had to. I was never a hatred person. I never was out to get you. You were such a terrible friend to me, Andrea. You really were. You were such a terrible friend. And I don't know if you're like that with every friend. Maybe it's because you never had a friend that made you question yourself so much. Because I'm the kind of person where when I walk into a room, it gets dead silent. I make everybody uncomfortable. I shift the energy because I pull out the insecurities that everybody else has within themselves. Where the insecurities reside, I push those out of people. Because people feel some type of way every time I enter the room. It doesn't matter, even if you've never seen me in person, honey. It don't matter. My energy speaks for itself. And with you, that was the case. I brought out a particular energy from you because I'm who I say I am. I don't have to pretend like I'm somebody on social media, but in real life, I'm nothing. I don't have to do that because I am somebody. That's why I'm upset with you. After time and time again, I keep giving you chance after chance. I shouldn't have to. You lie. You lie all the time. You lie about every single thing, Andre. There's not one thing that you told me that was true. And you might not know that I know it's true. And honestly, for secondhand embarrassment purposes, I'm not going to tell you all the stuff that I know because I don't want you to think that I would judge you because I wouldn't. I've told you this from the jump. I would never judge you. Never. You could be homeless. I would never judge you. I would never look at your life and be like, oh, I would never do that to you. Ever. So like I said, when I had made that video on YouTube, and even when I brought it to Instagram, and like I said, I want to preface this. The only reason why I even brought it to social media anyway was because you were bringing it to social media first. And when I was addressing you privately, you were being an asshole. And you was like, oh, I don't care what you have to say. Oh, whatever, sweetie, whatever, bookie pie, whatever stupid words you were saying, whatever. You was being like that towards me. And I was still giving you the benefit of the doubt. But after a while, I started to think, why am I still giving this person chance after chance to keep overstepping my boundaries? As if they don't remember who I am. So that's when I took it to YouTube. And when I took it to YouTube, your feedback was, oh, you made me seem like I was somebody that I'm not. You painted a negative image of me that made my blood boil. I didn't paint a bad image of you. That's exactly who you were. You cannot be upset with the way how I described the events of that situation because that's exactly what happened. I only say what's true. I don't have to lie. I don't have to add in, fabricated details to make the story seem more interesting. That's exactly who you were being back then. So if you didn't like the video, then that means that you just was being somebody that you shouldn't have been to me. Because we all know it's true. There are people who still DM me. I have DMs on my phone right now, even from last week, who still tell me that they still notice weird details about you. The way how you move. You kind of get like a little offended when I post something, like whether it's a reel or something. Like let's say if I post a reel about fake friends or like the signs of fake friends, you'll get on your story and you'll post something to like kind of like respond to what I said, but like you'll subtly respond. You do stuff like that all the time, Drea. You do. Like we're not gonna see it. Like I said, you're grown. You're 22. You're damn near 22 at this point. You're older than me. Why is it? And like I said, back then you used to always call yourself a grown woman, quote unquote. I'm a grown woman. You're a young woman. If you're that much of a grown woman, then why did you feel the need to have to steal all of my creativity to make yourself be somebody? Why? Like, you acknowledge that what you did was wrong, but it's like, okay, you still do like little things here and there, you still do things, and it's like, I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. So this is gonna be my last time speaking to you ever. Delete my number if you still have it. I don't want to speak to you ever again. I shouldn't have even give you the chance. Like, I shouldn't have even like reached out to you from the jump. I shouldn't have even tried to be your friend. Because sometimes when people are just so caught up in their ways, and when people are just so like stuck in just living a loser lifestyle, you cannot help certain people. You can't pick certain people up who don't want to be picked up. And unfortunately, that was the situation for me and you, where I tried to bring you up and I tried to show you that you don't have to be a carbon copy of me to be somebody. You don't have to be like that. Like, yes, you can be inspired, but that doesn't mean that you have to steal everything that I do. You started wearing Juicy Couture right after I started wearing Juicy Couture. You only mentioned being, you didn't even mention being Katana. You wore Katana because I mentioned being Katana. And then you try to gaslight me. You try to seriously say, oh, I already had Katana as my costume idea before you. It's just, I didn't say anything until now. Girl, please. Like, please, come on. Like, stop with this lying. Like, you be lying about stuff and you be forgetting the lies that you tell me. Like, there'll be times where you'll tell me, like, oh, I'm so close with my best friend. Me and her, we're so close. Then next minute you'll switch and you'll be like, oh, yeah, me and her, we're not close. I haven't really seen her like that. I don't really talk to her. I haven't seen her in a year. Like, you flip-flop. You're a flip-floppy person. And because of that, you're not genuine. Like, yes, you might want to be a good person, but you just don't know how to be a good person. And for that, I can't be around you. Because you're still having indications of the same thing that you used to do. Like, you still be kind of posting stuff. The other day, I saw you repost something like, oh, these bees just want me to respond, but I'm not gonna respond to that. I see what I have you on Instagram. I see what you repost. The morning when you texted me happy birthday, I saw that you unfollowed my TikTok, and then you wish me happy birthday on my birthday. Like, what is it? Like, do you like me or do you not like me? Are we friends or are we not friends? Because what is this? Like, you be having your ways. And
then, like I said, last week when I informed you, which I didn't even have to, but when I informed you that people felt like you were copying me, and I was just telling you people are going to perceive you in a particular kind of way given the past history that me and you have had, you got offended. You was like, oh, well, enjoy your day anyway. Have a good day, though. Whatever how you said it, you knew what you said. You knew why you said it. You knew you was being cocky. Like, there's so much things that you still do. Andrea, nothing about you has changed. Let's keep it about nothing about you has changed. You're still, sometimes you get bitter. Sometimes you get offended by things. Sometimes you still get, like, irritated with certain things. You still compete with me. You still try to, like, if I post about my YouTube channel, you'll post about your YouTube channel, too. Like, when I posted how I got 100 subscribers, you up there and you try to get more subscribers too because I got 100 subscribers. So you were trying to compete with me, even though you don't say, you still try to. And that's what I'm saying. You can't beat me. You can't compete with me. You're not on my time, girl. Like, you're not. There's nothing about you that gives, like, anything that I can give. The way how you dress, the way you think, the way you act, the way you talk, nothing. Like, me, you are two completely different people. It'll never give Jamaris. Never. Like, I'm tired of this. I'm tired of having to keep explaining to you how and why you're wrong. And yes, in the moment you say you understand, but afterwards you don't get it. You still continue to do the same thing that you was doing before. And it's like, am I talking to an AI or something? Because you're not getting it. Like, what is wrong with you, man? Like, this is ridiculous. Like, I've never had to yell at a girl like this before, let alone somebody I considered a friend. Like, me and you was never friends. The whole friendship was built on a lie. I never met you in person. Like, we were never friends, girl. Nothing about us was friends. This whole friendship was phony and it was fake. There's nothing real about you. You preach all this stuff. Oh, I'm this, I'm that, I'm a hard body, I'm a crash out. You're not none of those things, Andre. You're not. You don't know how to pick yourself up. You don't know how to be somebody. You don't know how to be your own person. What those people said were low-key right. You don't have any originality. When you on your own, it doesn't execute the way I should. It's boring. Like, come on now. Like, because I'm really fed up with you. Like, I'm tired of giving you chance after chance. Like, I'm not even trying to be rude, but at this point, I'm just so fed up with everything. And I'm just thinking about all the things that I went through with you. So if I sound rude right now, yes, I'm being rude. I am being rude. And know that after me saying all this rude stuff to you, I can go to your face and say it to your face too at your house. Because I know where you live. I know you live in Marvin Gardens. I know what floor you live on. And I know what door you're in. So yes, although I'm saying all this over the phone, I can say it to your face too. That's never been a problem for me. I'm just really sick and tired of you. Because I keep trying to be a good person.
As I'm going off on her, what she was saying wasn't making any sense. Because at first she was like, oh yeah, I did remember that you called your subscribers Love Bug. But I wasn't trying to be shady. But I did like the fact that you called your channel Love Bug. So I wanted to do the same thing. And I'm like, okay, like, which one is it? Because you're not making any sense, right? Hold a breath. And then a little bit down in, like, the messages, she was like, I feel like me and you are the same person. I feel like God sent you into my life because you're, like, the healed version of me or something like that. And I'm looking at this message like, girl, me and you are nothing alike. We don't have anything in common. Like, we don't. Like, we're not the same people. Like, yes, we come from the same city. Yes, we went to the same middle school and high school. Yes, we know the same people, but we're nothing alike. You don't have an independent drive. You don't push for yourself when you're supposed to. You don't try to set any initiatives for yourself. You don't want to learn how to be yourself because you're so focused and consumed on me, what I'm doing, what I'm up to. You're not trying to be, you're very codependent. You don't know how to live and breathe and think on your own. And even when I'm not talking to you, even when we're not friends, you still heavily rely on your mom to take care of you. And that's not grown adult behavior, babe. It's just not. I'm sorry. Even, like, said that God sent her and God sent me in her life because I'm a different version of herself, like a alternate version of herself. I got offended by that. Like, girl, I'm nothing like you. You're nothing like me. Like, hello. Like, and I'm not even trying to be mean, but all the mean stuff that I said to her was in the messages. So I don't even have to, like, be rude on YouTube because I already said all this to her in the first place. And then at some point in the messages, she was like, the reason why I copied you and the reason why I was such a terrible friend to you and I treated you wrong and I didn't do what I was supposed to do in our friendship was because I wasn't raised right. And I'll get into that in a second, but I just want to give a little bit of backstory, like a little bit of context. Throughout the time of, like, me and this girl having conversations, she did inform me about who or how her mom is. And her mom, according to her, she said her mom can't take accountability. Her mom is the kind of woman who bashes other women because she's insecure about herself. That's what she says about her mom. I can't confirm that because I don't know her mom in person. I've never even met her in person, so I can't confirm these things. But this is just what she was telling me in the past about her mom, you know. So she's blaming her mom for how she turned out, and I do agree that the way how you raise your child does determine who they become as an adult, or like their ideologies and their views. But for you in that moment, depending on however you were raised, you have the choice to be somebody better. You don't have to stay stuck doing the same things that you were taught to do. Like, you should want more for yourself. You shouldn't be blaming your parents for everything that you do. Like, yes, your mom contributed, but now it's time for you to pick up those pieces of your life and be an adult and take accountability for how you treated me. Because your mom didn't tell you to do all that stuff to me. Your mom didn't tell you to copy me and be jealous and envious of me and to sub me on social media. You did that all on your own, so you can't blame your mom for everything. Yeah, because the girl just kept making excuses for, like, her behavior, or like why she did what she did, or like why she kept still subbing me after I forgave her from, like, the first like part 1 of the story time, I decided to reach out to her mom because I was trying to get like some sort of accountability from somewhere. And I also like, I know that this girl doesn't tell her mom everything. She would lie and say that her mom are like best friends, they're close, they tell each other everything. No, they don't. You know, and like I said, her mom, the girl would always tell me a lot of her mom's business, which I won't put on social media because that's wrong. You know what I'm saying? But they're not as close as she makes it seem. So, and like I said in the beginning of the video, during that 7-month break of me and the girl not talking after like the first part 1 of the story time, she was still lying to her mom, telling her that we were friends when we weren't. We was not talking for like 6 or 7 months, you know? So, yeah, I really reached out to her mom to one, like get this girl some kind of help, because I'll get into that at the end, the things that I think is wrong with this girl. But I also just wanted accountability. You know, I wanted someone to take responsibility for the way how this girl turned out. So I put the messages here. First, I sent her mom voice messages explaining everything that her daughter has done within these past 2 years. Then I sent her pictures of proof showing her that her daughter copies every single thing that I do. This was her mom's response. And then my mom sent her voice messages. She got irritated. And then I showed her that your daughter blames you for how she was raised. But I reached out to her mom. I sent her mom voice messages. And I pretty much explained briefly everything from part 1 to now of all the stuff that her daughter has done to me. I explained it as quick as I can because I didn't want it to be like an hour-long voice message of me, you know, explaining her daughter's behavior. But I went over every single thing that her daughter did to me throughout these 2.5 years. You know, the copying, the lying about being in school, the subbing me, the being envious of me, the being jealous of me, everything, all of it. You know, and so I even showed her mom proof that her daughter copies me. Now, what irritated me was that her mom's response was like, oh, as far as the Christmas tree, she didn't copy you with that because that was my idea. She showed me 3 different pictures and I picked the one that I liked the most. And it's like, okay, but for all you know, she could have showed you my tree. And that could have been the one that you liked the most because I have the ornaments and they're still on my wall. I know you see it, the My Melody ornaments on my wall. Like, they're actual ornaments. This girl took her little Hello Kitty teddy bear like this and just placed it next to her tree, like, to take a picture. Like, come on. Like, and it wasn't even like the colors, because yes, it was similar colors. Like, both of our trees were pink and silver and white, you know. That wasn't what bothered me. What pissed me off was that she purposely put her Hello Kitty next to her tree to implicate that she had something to do, or that she influenced what my tree was, like the theme of my tree, and that wasn't the case. And then even with that, with the Christmas tree of 2024, she even subbed me and she was like, gifts don't go under the tree until the 24th, because I put my gifts out a little bit early because we had money. Like, I mean, my family ain't rich, but we got money, okay? Like, we got money. So, you know, it was too much gifts to hide in a closet, so we just decided to put it all under the tree, you know. So yeah, that was one thing that irritated me with her mom's response. And then her mom was like, oh, and as far as the clothes, I can't speak for that because I buy her clothes for her. Like, I pick out her clothes for her. She didn't say I buy her clothes for her. I pick out her clothes for her. Now, it's different if your daughter like is like, hey mom, can you just swipe your card for this? I want to get this. That's different. But you're telling me you go to the stores while she sits at home being a boring grandma, and you're like, what size is this? This is extra small. I think this will fit her. Hold on, let me see. What? I think this will fit her. Your daughter is almost 22, and you feel comfortable picking out your daughter's clothes for her? That's embarrassing. That is embarrassing. I'm so sorry, but that's embarrassing. She's almost 22. That's embarrassing. I know she's the baby, she's the youngest, but at some point we gotta let that, oh, she's just the baby of the family, we gotta let that title go, because that is embarrassing. So, and when I had said everything to her mom, I was very respectful. When I'm speaking to people's parents, I'm always very respectful. Granted, yes, I cussed her daughter the hell out like 5 minutes before I texted her mom. I'm not gonna go to anybody's parent on no hostility. So I was respectful when speaking to her mom. But I did get irritated with her response because she was taking up for her daughter's bad behavior and she was enabling it. You know, and in my head, I'm thinking like, okay, this is exactly why your daughter is the way how she is. You don't take accountability, and neither does she. So because my mom was here, my mom, you know, heard everything that was going on the whole entire time. Like, I was visiting my mom, and, you know, my mom heard all the voice messages that I sent to this girl, because I showed my mom everything. Like, my mom already was there to witness everything. And that's the thing, even in part 1, and I think I said this in part 1's video, with the whole Christmas tree thing of December 2024, my mom had reached out to this girl and told her about herself. And she was like, she admitted to copying me. That's the thing. Like, the girl had admitted to copying my Christmas tree. So her mom's trying to sit here and defend the fact that the girl didn't copy my Christmas tree when she had already admitted to doing that. And she took her Christmas tree pictures down because she was trying to copy me. She already admitted that, you know. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you're defending your daughter when she's already admitted to these things in the first place. I'm just telling you so that way you're aware of your daughter's behavior, but she's already admitted to all of these things. I just want you to know about it. So then my mom sent her mom voice messages, and my mom's like, because her mom was like, oh, y'all are grown, y'all gotta figure it out. And it's like, I mean, your daughter is evidently not grown if you're still picking out her clothes for her while she sits at home. That's like middle school stuff. Like, that's from 5 to 13. Once you start getting your period, that's when you start picking out your own clothes. Once you start, you know, having intimacy in your having laying in the bed, you're supposed to be picking out your own clothes by that point. Like, I don't understand, but whatever, that's not my household. Anyway, so my mom told her, like, no, this isn't, oh, they're grown, they need to figure it out. This is an issue that your daughter is having that you need to be aware of, because you're clearly her main caregiver for the time being, for mostly the rest of her life, since she already admitted to not wanting to move out of your house because you take care of her and you allow her to just be a slouch at your house all day. This is something that you need to work on with her at home. You're her parent, so you should be connecting with her emotionally and spiritually. Why do I have to go through trials and tribulations with your daughter for her to get the message when you're her own mother? You should be instilling confidence and love into this girl. That's why she's missing so much from her life in the first place, because you're not providing that for her. So yes, her mom didn't like what my mom said, and we wasn't being disrespectful, but we're honest people. Like, we're gonna tell you what it is. We're not gonna sugarcoat nothing. So all her mom said was like, bye. And it's like, okay, bye. That's why you're still taking care of your daughter, and she's almost 22. That's embarrassing. Like, oh my gosh, like, that is so embarrassing. Like, that's crazy. My mom could never, like, still be taking care of me while I'm a grown adult. Like, your daughter's gonna be living with you till she's 40 and you're 70, and you're still gonna let the girl live with you, and you don't even care that the girl don't got a job. Like, that's so embarrassing. Oh my god. Like, have a backbone. Like, your daughter don't got no backbone. That's embarrassing. And like, I can understand, like, if the girl just couldn't, like, financially get herself together, or she was limited to opportunities. Like, I completely understand that, because I know some people's situations, they can't do those things, you know. And I come from very humble beginnings myself. Like, I come from the struggle myself, so I'm not gonna judge anybody, you know, and be like, oh, this is the kind of house you live in. Like, but the thing with this girl is she has opportunities. She has ways and methods to get to these things. Like I said, her mom takes care of her. So all she has to do is just say, mommy, can you get this for me? Like a 5-year-old, and she'll get it. The thing is, she just doesn't want to do anything for herself. She doesn't have any individuality. Like, she's codependent. So she doesn't know how to, like, she doesn't have like a work ethic or anything. So that's why she hasn't been able to put herself in the greatest opportunities. Not because she's limited financially or emotionally or whatever the case may be. She's not limited. She just doesn't want to. And for that, that's another reason why I didn't want to be friends with the girl, because there's no hustle in you. There's no drive in you. I'm gonna be over here in the next 15 years of my life. I'm gonna be over here on cruises and yachts, owning my own mansions, having my own business, doing my own thing. Like, I'm gonna have my own company, and you're still gonna be sitting here at your mom's house at like 35 at that point, and you're gonna be looking at all of my accomplishments like, damn, why can't I have that? Just like how you were already doing from part 1 of the story time, just like how you've been doing. And I don't want to be around a body like that. Like, I want to be around people who are on the come up too, so that way we're not looking at each other like my win is your failure or my accomplishment is your loss. I don't want that. And because I've already experienced that with this girl multiple times, I had to wash my hands. You know what I'm saying? There's multiple reasons why I had to separate myself from this girl. But nonetheless, that was the whole entire story time. Now I'm gonna go into my my diagnosis, my analysis for this girl, because since her mom doesn't want to put her through therapy because they just don't want to admit to all the trauma that whatever the hell happens in the household, I'm going to come to the forefront and give your daughter a mental diagnosis. And this is not a professional diagnosis. This is just a college level diagnosis, because this is my major. Early child development, and everything starts, you know, when you're prepubescent, when you're little, when you're a child. So yeah, we're gonna get into all that. So first of all, I feel that this girl has deep-rooted abandonment issues. given like her personal situation, but I'm not gonna like, I'm still giving this girl grace to not even like say certain things on social media, because it's just certain things that you don't do, and I'm not gonna even do that. But I think the reason why I say that she has abandonment issues is because every time I cut her off, or like I insinuate that I'm gonna go my separate way, she always like tries to get my access, or tries to get my attention, or she'll always like text me or hit me up to get my attention. And it's like, if I told you like I'm good, I don't want, like, I'm distancing myself, why are you constantly putting yourself in my space? Like, she'll purposely like all my stories so that way her name could pop up on my phone. She'll purposely slide up on a story to be relatable so that way I can like respond to her. Like, abandonment issues. Like, the thing that I feel she has is an impulsive disorder, which is why like there will be times where we'll be having a conversation and she'll lie depending on whatever it is, and then a few weeks later we'll have like the same conversation, like we'll circle back to the conversation, and then she'll tell me the truth, forgetting that she already lied. Like, for instance, the school thing. At first she was like, oh yes, I'm in school, I'm in college, and I'm working a job too. Then a few weeks later she told me the truth because she forgot that she lied, and she was like, oh yeah, I'm not a student and I don't work anymore. I used to work when I was 16, but I stopped working because my mom didn't want me to work there anymore. Like, she be forgetting her lies, and that's because she's impulsive. So whatever works in the moment of the conversation is what she'll say, because it's what's accessible for her to say whenever it's convenient. The thing that I feel that she has is a distorted personality disorder, which is why she felt the need to copy me to be somebody, because she knew that on her own she couldn't live up to be her own person. She didn't know how to. I also feel like she definitely shapeshifts when it's convenient, which is what I was just talking about with the whole like impulsive thing. And this reminds me of Cassie from Euphoria season 3, when her and Maddie were sitting at the pool and Cassie was like, who am I? And Maddie was like, that's a good question, who are you? And Cassie was like, I mean, I could be anything you want me to be. And it's like, that's my thing. Like, because she doesn't have like a structure, she molds into whatever is fitted in the moment. She's playing a character, so none of these things are substantial. It's just kind of like what's fitting or what's best in the moment, and then once she's done, she's back to who she really is in her real life. But because it's all a facade for social media, she just puts on a face and she just smiles in it, and then that's it. I feel that she feels a void within herself because she has a hard time coming to terms with who she really is. So she creates a false reality of herself rather than just living in her light and actually being herself. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, there's so many examples of that throughout this video and the first video. Like, I don't even have to, like, the proof is in the pudding. Very prevalent one that I feel has been just contaminated throughout this entire video is this girl is parasocial. She substitutes personal exchanges for parasocial ones. And what I mean by that is, like I said, the girl never met me in person. We don't know each other, but she constantly glazes me and fangirls over me and is obsessed with me and tells me all the time, you're my inspiration, I admire you so much, I want to be just like you when I grow up. Mind you, the girl is a year and a half older than me. I want to be just like you when I grow up. Like, I don't know. But what I'm saying is she created a false reality about me in her head because she doesn't know the real me. So it's like she's creating a standard of me based on what she has perceived about me. And this reminds me of the Keke Palmer incident, when that man, he went to that event that she was at, and he was like, he gave her the ring and he was like, she wants to say yes, she wants to marry me, because in his head he created a false reality that she's in love with him, that they were already in a relationship. So that prompted him to think like, yes, she's gonna marry me, even though Keke Palmer didn't know the man at all. That's how this girl is, and that's scary. Like, you don't know me but you overly admire me, and it's like, what do you admire? Like, what about me is so admirational? Like, yes, I know I'm an amazing person, and I know I'm genuinely, authentically me, and I know my aura is vibrant, and I know I'm a very radiant person, but you don't know these things to account for. So you can't say that you substantially, like, you know verbatim, like, for truth, that this is who I am, this is how I am. You can't say that because you don't know me. So, like, girl, I feel like if I was to ever become famous, which I know I will, but when I become famous and when I like am like known like globally, this girl is gonna be one of them girls that be like, yes, me and that girl, we're friends, me and Nique, we're friends. Girl, no, we're not. Because like I said, she was already doing that when we went on a 6 or 7 month break. She was already telling her mom that we were still talking when we weren't even texting, like, at all. So I feel like when I do blow up and when I do become famous, she's gonna be like, yes, that's my best friend, oh my god, I like lived with her for like 2 years. No, and damn well you didn't. Or she's gonna be one of those people who are like so overly obsessed with me when I do blow up that she's gonna try to like unalive me to literally be me. I don't know if y'all ever seen that movie Obsessed with Beyonce in it, but that white girl Lisa literally wanted to be Beyonce. And Beyonce wasn't even Beyonce in the movie. She was what was her name? I forgot her name in the movie. Sharon. That was her name, Sharon. Like, I feel like it would be one of them situations. Like, girl, no, like, that's fanned out. Like, you never wanted to be my friend. You just like the idea of me, and because you like the idea of me, you wanted to be around me, which was lust. But once reality set in and you realize that I was too powerful of a person to be around, you couldn't maintain my energy, you started to copy me because you knew that you could never live up to who I am. Like, another big one is that she has a complex within herself due to insecurities and her upbringing, and also the past friends that she did have. She never felt the need to compete with them because they were all on the same time. They were all doing the same thing. You know, they were all in the same rank. So nobody was doing more than the next. Nobody had more accomplishments than the next. They were all doing the same thing. So she never felt the need to compete with her past friends. But because I'm young, a little bit younger than her, like I'm a year and a half younger than her, and I'm already doing so much more for myself because of just how I view my life and I view myself, she feels incompetent. So that's why she felt the need to compete, because it's like, hold on, like, who do you think you are? Like, that's how she's looking at me. Like, who do you think you are? Hold on, let me show you how it's supposed to be done. Even though she don't have shit to show for it. But that's just how she was looking at it. And I feel like she still kind of is looking at it that way, because, like, yes, people change, but it takes time. It doesn't take 6 months for you to completely change. Like, no. And that's why she's still falling back into the old habits that she had before with the whole copying me thing. And just my last final thing that I have to say before I close up this video is that everything starts at home. No matter what it is, everything starts at home. And you have to remember that as a parent, you're not just raising a child, you're raising a human being. And based on the norms or the traditions or ideologies that you instill into that child, that will become their blueprint for when they become older. And it's going to be hard for them to heal from that or to unlearn the toxic behavior that they picked up on from home, because you have instilled such negativity in them and you have shown them that being a bad person or treating people terribly or taking people's men, which is what her mom used, according to her, her mom would do, you're showing your child that that is okay, and that's not okay. And I know that sometimes kids pick up bad behavior even if they come from a amazing household. You can be rich and you can, be, an amazing parent to your kids, and you can give your kids everything. Sometimes kids just turn out to do what they want to do, and that's not always the parent's fault. But even then, you correct your child's bad behavior and you don't defend it just because they're your child, because that's unacceptable. You're enabling their bad behavior and you're showing them that they can get away with anything. Yes, you can love your kid unconditionally, but you also have to give them discipline, and you have to use your discernment at best as a parent, and you have to show them that they can't get away with everything. That's not how the real world works. That's not what it is, So I just try to be as authentic as I possibly can, and I've done all that I could as a friend, as a quote-unquote friend to this person, because I don't really consider us friends, but I know I was genuine throughout the entirety of the long-lasting 2.5 years. But I'm not going to keep sitting here and letting you sub me or like do little sneak disses or copy me or like try to like do your little 1-2 on me. And you can't always expect me to be as mature. I've been mature long enough. You can't just always expect me to be mature while you keep doing little digs at me. Like, I'm going to bite back. And that's exactly why I dug up part 1 from my archives and I reposted it, because you're not going to keep trying to do that. Like, yes, I'm mature, but I can automatically treat you like shit the minute you start doing weird stuff to me, because that's it's reciprocity. You're not gonna no, but I don't have time for anybody like that in my life doing weird stuff. I'm hoping that one day this girl does actually be somebody of substance and who doesn't have to look at other people's life for her to make the next move. Like, it took for me to have to yell at this girl yesterday for her to finally start wanting to actually be in college and to start actually wanting to get a job. Why do I have to yell at you and tell you about yourself for you to want to do those things? You should already automatically want those things for yourself because you feel that you deserve it, not because I had to tell you multiple times to get your stuff together so that way you can be a better person for yourself. Like, why did it take for me to have to cuss this girl out yesterday and tell her about herself and then tell her mom? Like, girl, what are you, 5? I have to tell your mom on you? Like, but I had to tell this girl's mom about all the stuff that she lied about for her to finally get her stuff together. And like, girl, like, come on, now you want to get into college? Now you're actually getting into college? Now you're actually trying to get a job? Like, is it really because, are you doing it because you really want to? Or are you doing it because your mom is forcing you to? Because now your mom knows that she was lying about these things for 2 years. And she's like, oh, this is embarrassing. My daughter lied about these things. Now I have to enroll her into school so that way she lives up to what she lied about. Because that's what I feel like that's what it is. Like, but whatever. You know, this girl loves to cosplay on social media to prove a point. A pointless point. But anyway, yeah. Moral of the story is, no matter how many times this girl has tried to make me feel less because she is less, I've never looked at myself that way, ever. I've never thought of myself negatively. I've never held myself in a negative light. It doesn't matter how stressful my life gets. Yes, being a manager has its own repercussions with it. You know, yes, being a young adult has its own situations, but I don't ever look at my life and hate myself so much to the point where I literally want to be somebody else. I've never experienced that. And this is the first time that I've had a quote unquote friend do something like this to me. You know, so I'm not upset by it. I'm just more like embarrassed, and I feel pity for this girl. And that's honestly really why I kept forgiving her, because I know that she doesn't have any structure. I know she doesn't have any friends, and I know that she doesn't get the kind of support that she needs at home, because she wasn't telling her mom these things about herself. Her mom didn't know that she was lying about everything that she was lying about. So how can you have an emotional support system when the person who's supposed to be supporting you, they don't even know that you're doing any of these things, you know? But honestly, girl, I would say I wish you the best, but go to hell. Go to hell. Like, you're a shitty friend. You don't deserve anything that I have ever poured into you. No matter how many times you pretend to be what you're supposed to be, you actually have to want those things for yourself. So, yeah, I really don't care no more. I'm not going to keep trying to be a good person to you when all you did was be a terrible person to me. So, go to hell. But that's pretty much it. I love y'all. Y'all my love bugs. Y'all my babies. I will see you on my next one. Make sure you guys subscribe and make sure you guys follow my socials, and I will see you on my next one. Bye.